an opportunity
Right.
to throw it in.
Correct. So they kick it. Hopefully we can do well.
So some of this is talent that you'll be looking at today between these two games that hopefully will be coming to Ricketts.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
How important is it for these young athletes to start playing at an early age?
Very important for the development of the skills, the technical part of the game. That's the part that's lacking if you don't play the game at a young age and try to pick it up at a later age, maybe at a age 13 or 14. You'll be so far behind the curve. You need to start playing this game right around 7.
Is Tallahassee beginning to develop younger soccer groups for these young men and women to participate in?
Absolutely. Currently in Tallahassee, there are 3 soccer clubs which are carrying the way for the development of soccer in Tallahassee and this region. There's North Florida Madrid FC, an up-and-coming soccer club with, under the tutelage of myself and Coach Kenny Woko, who's the JP2 head coach, an excellent coach in his own right.
In his own right.
Standing behind us here.
That doesn't mean in his own mind.
Not in his own mind. An excellent coach. And, we have other coaches that are developing these kids with other clubs, the ASG club and the now Florida Elite club. Here we have Brent Hernandez dribbling and taking a shot there at the goal. Good save there by the Trojans. So that would be the danger guy for Pioneers to send the ball to and for the Trojans to defend. The one that just took the shot, Brent Hernandez, running there in the middle of the field. On the opposite end, we have some kids who are from North Florida Madrid. In Elia, number 7 right here, number 11 actually. He's going to be the danger guy for the Trojans. So you'll see the ball flow from the Pioneers through Brent Hernandez. You'll see him getting most of the shots there, and going the opposite way, it should be Elia. So it's a matchup of clubs right now. So you have Brent Hernandez representing the Florida Elite, and you have Elia. There's Brent Hernandez, shoots, and good save there by the goalkeeper from the Trojans. So again, you'll see a lot of attack coming through from the Pioneer side of the field through Brent Hernandez, and then you'll see a lot of the attack from the Trojans coming through Elia. Direct ball played there by the Pioneers. And on the ball now is the North Florida Madrid product in Elia. Super fast, super skillful, cuts inside, still maintains possession. And he looks now to switch it. Dribbles across the field to midfield. Again, the attack will go for the Pioneers through Brent Hernandez, and the attack will go for the Trojans through Elia.
And what you need to say is, and we need to take a break. We'll be right back.
And we'll need to take a quick break. We'll be right back. So that's what that means. Okay. See, I'm learning. And we're back. So we have a goal kick coming up here for the Trojans. Coach Kenny's with us in the broadcast. Coach Kenny, what do you see so far, sir?
Like you said earlier, we see a lot of the attack coming from for the Pioneers. It's going to go through Brent, which is their number 11, and also for Trojans is going to go through number 18, which I believe is Elliott. So as again, it's going to be. We're taking a break and we'll be right back.
It's a PK. We can't take a break on a PK. It's a penalty kick. It's a bit important. It's important.
INSiiGHTS High School Sports Game of the Week. We'll be right back.
Okay.
This is a PK.
And we do have a penalty for Braden.
And of course, the player is going to take it is Brent Hernandez, an excellent player, and knowing him, he'll probably shoot to the right side of the field. He's more comfortable shooting to that side, and this should be a goal here. And as I said, right to the right side, Brent Hernandez, the bottom shot corner, and score 1-0 for the Pioneers. So the Trojans now have to pick it up and start mounting some attack and play a better defense and shut down Brent Hernandez, the main player for the Pioneers. All right, Coach. What do you think the Trojans have to do here to get back in the game?
Personally, I do think they need to go through. They need to go through Elliott. Right now, it looks as though Elliott is dropping to the midfield. So maybe the coach is changing his mind as far as wanting him to pick up the ball from the midfield and then run at the defense. But it's still yet to be seen, so we'll have to watch and see if that's what the coach has elected to do.
And with his speed running at players, that is not a bad strategy. Direct play here from the Pioneers. Again, onto the ball. Good tackle there by the Trojans. Good clearance. Pioneers picked it up. Now they're going forward through Elia. And there's Josue, another North Florida Madrid product. This is Inside Sports, and we have to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Is that what I'm supposed to say? This is
Yes.
Okay.
I'm writing it down.
And we're back. All right, Coach, so it looks like a little change of plans here on the Trojan side, dropping one of their main players, Elia, into the midfield to attack from that spot.
Yes, it will be good to see how that plays out.
Direct play there. And here goes a little bit of attack now, a little bit of pressure mounting onto the Pioneers from the Trojan. They're going forward through Elia. Elia picks up the ball. He dribbles, beats one. Good defense there by the Pioneers to stop Elia. Elia was on his way to the goal. Brent Hernandez picks the ball up, beats one in the middle. Good tackle there again by the Trojans. So throw in for the Pioneers.
And, Coach, I'm actually noticing something about Brent. It looks like he's not just playing offense, he's also coming back to defend as well.
Yes, he's everything for the Pioneers. Defender and attacker. Let's see how long his engine can last doing that kind of work. I think the coach will have to monitor his energy output, maybe have to sub him out here and there tactically to give him a little break. What do you think, Coach?
Yes, I do think that's correct.
All right, now the Pioneers with the ball, moving forward. Tackle there, a little aggressive, coming from Elia. You could see his frustration mounting as he's trying to get his team back into the game. Free kick for the Pioneers. Kick goes into the top of the box. Defensive clearance by the Trojans. Elia picks the ball up, turns, plays it up into the attacking third, and there's Josue de la Fuente, the defender from North Florida Madrid FC. As we move forward, Jose is on the ball defending, and the ball is played forward by the Trojans. And out of bounds should be the call. It looks like it's about to cross the line. Goalkeeper way out of his box. Good slide tackle there by the goalkeeper. So now we have a throw-in in the attacking third, Coach, for the Trojans. Do you think we're going to get a shot off here, or you think the defense of the Pioneers are going to play it back out?
I think we might get a shot out here. It just depends on what on how the coach has instructed them to do the have the throw-in, and of course it's another throw-in, but we'll have to see how that pans out for them.
All right, so here we are, and they turn and they try to take him on. Good defensive clearance. We have a shot. Oh, that might be a goal there. Good slip of the goalkeeper. Almost a goal there. Almost an own goal. Good reflexes by the goalkeeper to make that save and adjust back to his left and pick the ball up. The pressure is mounting here. The Trojans are trying to come forward, but the Pioneers are now at midfield. Brent Hernandez with the ball. Dribbles left. And the Trojans with a defensive play. Here comes Brett Hernandez again with the ball. He dribbles. He's got a lot of moves. Very talented kid. Takes a shot. Good save by the Trojan goalkeeper. And the ball's now to midfield to the Trojan goalkeeper's kick. Here's Brent Hernandez again on the ball. He winds up. He takes a big shot. Oh, it's in the back of the net. Top of the 18-yard box. That's the second goal. They have to stop Brent Hernandez, or this will be a rout, Coach.
Yes, he's definitely the main player for the team, and it looks as though everything is going through him. And like I've pointed out earlier, he's playing not just offense, he's also coming back to defend. And again, the coaches will have to monitor his energy to see how long he lasts and give him a break every now and then.
So, Coach, in a game like this with such a strong player, would you man mark him, assign a player to him, a player or two to shut him out the game?
No, I don't. I wouldn't do that. I would. They have a player in. The other team also has a player that is of the same quality as the opposing team. So what I would do is I will also let my player give him instructions and let him know, hey, this is what I need you to do, and let him basically release the handbrake.
Gotcha.
Right now, I do think that Elliott is playing with a handbrake based on the instruction he's been given.
Right.
So I do think if the coach lets him go and let him play both defense and offense,
Gotcha.
then he will be more.
The way he just came back here, coach picks the ball up and cuts inside,
Exactly.
and then plays it forward.
Yep, he'll be
Now
more-
the pressure is on for the Trojans.
He'll be more effective that way.
Good defense play there by the Pioneers. So you think the coach has instructed him a little bit not to come back and to more stay in the attacking role.
Correct. But now,
But he needs to be given the freedom, you think, coach?
correct, because now the danger becomes who gets him the ball.
Correct. All right, well, here's Brent Hernandez running to the sidelines, picks the ball up. Quick throw in, ball went out of bounds. Quick throw down his left side. Clearance there by the Trojans. Good defense. And this is Inside Game of the Week. We're taking a break, and we'll be right back. And we're back. So we look at the clock, coach, and we have somewhere around 18 minutes left. Not sure if the ref's going to do a water break, but I think the coach might need to change that strategy that you were mentioning to kind of level out the playing field, because if they don't, it'll be 3-0 real quick, and with Elliott playing forward with nobody getting him the ball, I don't see how they're going to mount a comeback.
Yeah, I do think if he says that way, then he's gonna end up becoming frustrated, and then we're gonna probably start seeing some silly fouls. But it's a good thing that right now Elliott is on the ball and he's attacking. He's on the attacking third, and he plays the ball in.
Good defense there. Now the Trojans picks it up, played it forward into the attacking third. Let's see the speed that the coach was talking about of that Trojans. You can see it there. Good cut there, good play. Ball went out of bounds for a Trojan throw. So it looks like the Trojans are letting Elliott kind of play up and down on the field, which looks like a better strategy because now they're mounting more attack. They just took a shot there, just missed. Ball on top of the 18. Elliott picks it up. Elliott takes a big shot, and goalkeeper, good save. So looking at the matchups, coaches, looks like defensively the Pioneers are a little bit stronger at this point, are showing a little bit more strength at this point in the game than the Trojans. Ball again is to Brett Hernandez. Somebody needs to close him down, or is he's going to take another big shot. He winds up, and he cuts down line. Ball just went too far ahead of him and out of bounds. Goal kick coming up here for the Trojans. All right, big kick coming up here for the defender from the Trojans. Ball made it all the way to the midfield. Good kick. Ball went over the head of the Pioneer player. Here comes inside. Good speed there by the Trojans, playing it forward. Again, the defense of the Pioneers looking very strong. Stopping everything so far going forward from the Trojans. There's the defense again, and the ball is played directly. When the Pioneers pick it up, there's one man, coach, that they're looking for. Would you say?
Yes, and that is Brent. And it looks like also Brent might have another partner up there.
Running through the midfield right here now to go take the throw in.
Correct.
So good strategy by the Pioneers coach. Looks like he has the strength of his team right down the spine.
Correct.
Right? So, which is always an excellent strategy. The big shot there. Just missed on the top of the crossbar. Good shot from the right side there by, we're going to call him for now Brent's partner in crime. We're going to find his number here and start mentioning his name. Excellent shot. And that is number... This is Inside Game of the Week. We're taking a quick break, and we'll be right back. I can't see him.
Oh, you
I can't see him. I'm too short. And we're back. So let's get that player there. What's his number, Coach? I can't make it out from here.
Number 15.
All right, he's on the ball now. And he's going to take the throw in, so we'll be able to see his number clearly. He's the main defender that he picks it up, and he looks for one player from the Pioneers. He looks for Brett Hernandez. That's number 13. So that looks like Tomas. And so Thomas is another player that we're very familiar with from, club travel soccer. And now here goes the speed of the Trojans. They're on a break. Let's see if the defense can stop them. Again, the defense comes up strong, but the speed again of the Trojan is starting to win out. Trojan player pulls it back, switches field. Good play there by the Pioneers to get it out. Here comes the Trojans again with that speed. Excelling forward. Good play there. Looked like a handball there. The referee missed that one. And Elliott with the header. Again, so it looks like the aggressiveness of the Trojans has picked up. So the players on the Trojans, coach, they're kind of backing off too much of the Pioneers players when they pick the ball up, giving them too much time and space where they can play that ball forward and find the danger man in Brett Hernandez. They need to close those players down a little bit quicker. Wide open again is Brett Hernandez. He winds up, takes a shot. Looks like at this point, Coach, Brent Hernandez seems to be tiring a little bit. Coach might need to make a quick change to give him a little water break so he can re-energize. And this is Inside Game of the Week. We're taking a quick break, and we'll be right back. So would you pause it all the way now? Would you pause when they pause? Okay. Okay. So that's the director. That's the director.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Like I said, this is our first time, so
Yo, you doing fine.
yeah, we could talk about this. We're just talking. But he's to talk more. And we're back. All right, Coach Kenny, so we're at the first water break. 2-0 down, the Trojans. Again, I think your strategy is correct in allowing Elliott to go a little bit more wherever he wants to and kind of cover up for him whatever spots he leaves. But do you think the coach will make that adjustment on the Trojans, Coach?
I do think he should, but I'm not sure if he will. But switching up a little bit, I'll be surprised if Brent actually comes back this after this water break. If he comes back immediately, I do think the coach will look to give him a break since they have a 2-0 lead.
Which would be a smart move.
Correct.
Because he look like he's tiring a little bit, so that would be good to see if the coach is going to utilize him, or maybe the coach just wants to go for it. There's no more game after the championship game, right? Let him run until the tongue fall out. What do you think, Coach?
No, I don't think that's a good strategy. You still have to see out the rest of the game. So give him break and then bring him so he could finish strong.
You got a good horse for it. You got to ride it. Maybe run the score up to about 4 or 5. Maybe you go great. What do you think?
No, I don't think so.
Well, it's always good to get Coach Kenny's insight. We do have a game against them coming up after the winter break, so it's good to get his strategies early. So yeah, so he will sub his better players when they seem to get tired. So we'll try that as a strategy to wear his better players out so we can quickly get them out of the game. Seems to be Coach Kenny's strategy. But we're proud to see on the field here tonight the North Florida Madrid players representing the club well and playing well. Very proud as well of players that we used to coach in Brent Hernandez when he was with us. Remember Coach Kenny at Top of Florida Soccer Club, which is no longer in existence, but we still see these players and they belong to us.
Yes.
Because we've groomed them and helped to make them who they are today, and hopefully we'll get another chance to groom them in the future.
Definitely, it's a proud moment.
And I understand from the next game coming up, we might have some North Florida Madrid products on the field as well. So North Florida Madrid is being represented here very well. All right, so we get into the second quarter after the water break here.
Okay, it does look like Brent is already on the field, so he is going to be taking the throw-in.
See, I told you, Coach.
The coach is going for it right now.
You got the horse. You got to ride him until the tongue falls out. Let's see it for the end of the game.
Throw-in for Fort Braden. It looks as though Brent Hernandez is getting ready to take the throw-in, just waiting on the referee's whistle. And we are go.
All right, so another throw-in. And it looks like the throw-in is for the Pioneers again. But coach, as you know, in the game of soccer, where we're from, we call it football. In America, we call it soccer. 2-0 is not a psychologically good thing for your team to have. Could you explain to them why a 2-0 lead is psychologically not a good lead to have?
As a football coach, soccer coach, 2-0, I would rather be up 1-0 than being up 2-0. Because when you're up 2-0, your team has a sense of false belief. They have 2 goals up, now they can relax. Whereas if they're up 1-0, they will do whatever it takes to protect that lead.
Gotcha, coach. So we look here, and Brent Hernandez is on the attack. He dribbles left. And it looks like he dribbled out of bounds. Referee called it. Ball's out of bounds. So you're saying, coach, with a 2-0 lead, the team winning 2-0 thinks that they're so far ahead that they get comfortable.
Correct.
And then all the other team needs to do is score 1 goal, and then they feel like they're right back in the game. So there's a momentum switch if you don't go ahead and press and score 3 or 4 goals to kind of put the other team that far out of the game.
Yep. When you're up 2-0,
Brent with a big shot. Oh, went right through the goalkeeper's hands there. I'll give half credit to Brett for the shot, and half of the fault to the goalkeeper for catching a ball and then dropping it and then roll right back into his net. That's unfortunate for that young man.
That was just a goalkeeper error. He's young, so growing up, he will know to get his whole body behind the ball and actually secure the ball before he moves. So that is something that he's going to look back and learn from it and know this is what I did wrong and then this is what I need to do correct.
That's an excellent point, Coach. These are still young players. They're still growing and learning the craft. So a lot of learning will happen in this game for the next time around. Proud of both teams. Looks like we had first-year coaches on both sides of the fence, and they both made it to the finals. So good job for both teams all the way around, and excellent for these kids to help their coaches as first-year coaches go all the way to the championship. Not something that happens a lot, Coach.
Correct. Yeah, definitely right about that.
So Brent Hernandez there with a bad pass to the middle. And now the Pioneers are defending for their lives. And here we go. The Pioneers are coming up and then stopped again by the Trojans. Good play forward by the Trojan player there. And you can see the speed of the Trojan players. But it looks like on the Trojan side of the fence, Coach, there's a little less technical ability and a little bit more a foul there, a push on a foul there on Brent Hernandez. A little bit more technical ability, it looks like, on the Pioneer side.
Yes, I would definitely agree with you there. As you stated earlier, the Pioneer side, it looks like
Brent Hernandez with another big shot. Good save there.
Save by the goalkeeper.
Excellent save by the goalkeeper. Redeemed himself for the error earlier on. That was an excellent save for such a young man. Very athletic. Again, the defense is coming up big for the Pioneers. There's Thomas on the ball. Ball's running out to the left side. Looks like it went out of bounds. Looks like we're going to have a throw-in. No, still in bounds. And kicked out of bounds now by the Trojans. Pioneers throw-in. So, Coach, one more goal here, and it might be over.
Yes, definitely. The next goal is probably going to be the most important goal of the game. Depending on who gets it, it might be a momentum switch.
Right. And now we have the Trojans trying to use that speed and play forward and run with it. But there's Josue from Madrid. Good move there to cut inside. Very calm. Plays it up. And defense there. Looks like that was that Elia? Looks like Elia is now playing in the midfield for the Trojans. You can see the speed clearly in the favor of the Trojans, but the technical play and ability is in the favor of the Pioneers.
Yes, definitely. And I also do see some of the probably the Trojans need to make some adjustments because right now I do see there's a big gap between their midfield and then their defense. Their defensive line is staying on the 20. So, and that literally gives Brent 40 yards
to run at them
with the ball by himself.
Unimpeded.
Exactly. So that is something that the coach might want to look into going to second half and have someone shadow him, maybe behind him, and then just play, make changes based on that.
So excellent point there by Coach Kinney. On the soccer field, you want to make sure that the team moves as one body. and the lines are not separated. Your attacking line can't be separated from your midfield line too far, or else there are too many gaps for the other teams to sit into and find the ball. And it looks like Elliott is trying here very hard by himself to take them on. Again, the defense is just waiting for him in the tall grass. As soon as he comes out, then the defense is just waiting on him there. So Elliott looks like he'll have a long day because that defense knows that he's the key player, and they're just watching him very closely. As opposed to the other side, you can see here, Brent Hernandez is by himself.
Yep.
If he picks the ball up, he's gone. There's no defender within 15 yards of him. Elliott drives the ball forward there. Here's the defense from the Pioneers. And they look. Ball is picked up by who? Brent Hernandez unimpeded. He dribbles. He's got about 40 yards to the goal. Now he's got about 30. He dribbles down. Now he dribbles down even more. Now he's got about 10 yards. He's making his way down. Good defense there by the Trojans to stop him. That was a long run from Brent Hernandez, Coach. Again, we have to watch his energy level to see how long he can do this.
Yep, and as we said it earlier, the coach just needs to make some adjustment as far as bringing. He's either going to have to bring his defensive line up or assign some players to cover that ground, because right now, as soon as Brent picks up the ball, he has about 40 yards of basically of green grass to run by himself.
Or in this sense, green turf.
Yeah, green turf.
Excellent point there by Coach Kinney. The gaps are too wide for the Trojans. They're leaving too many holes, and the Pioneer players are sitting in those gaps, receiving the ball with no one to defend them, turning and running at the goal. That's not a recipe that the Trojans can keep up. That'll be a recipe for disaster there, Coach. Good defense by the Pioneers, clearing the ball. Now we have a corner kick. So corner kick, Coach, they say in the game of soccer or football, corner kicks are an indicator of pressure. Would you say the Pioneers are pressuring the Trojans?
Yes, definitely, and this will be our first corner kick of the game.
All right, and the defense for the Trojans clear the ball again. Another corner kick. And they say something about pressure, Coach. Pressure has a dramatic effect on any kind of pipe that it's in. What does pressure do to pipes, Coach?
Burst.
Pressure will burst pipes. So let's see what happens on this corner kick. Comes across, ball's up, good save by the goalkeeper, and out of bounds, goal kick. As the Pioneer player took a shot but just missed the goal there on the left-hand side, just wide. So again, Coach, I'm surprised the game is still at 2-0 because it looks like the Pioneers are mounting 3-0. The Pioneers are mounting a tremendous amount of pressure. This game could end up being a blowout because, again, here's Brett Hernandez with acres of space. He turns, he dribbles, he has excellent moves, he pulls it back, surrounded by 4 Trojan players, and they were able to get the ball there and clear it. So now let's see if the speed, now we have a little bit of open space for the Trojans. Can they get it and use their speed? No, excellent defense again by the Pioneers. And other than Brent Hernandez's attack, the Pioneers' defense has been excellent. Brent Hernandez with a shot, good save there by the goalkeeper from the Trojans. The Trojan goalkeeper, Coach, is keeping them in the game.
Most definitely.
At this point, because the defense of the Pioneers is definitely stopping the Trojans from moving forward. And looks like the defense. This is Inside Game of the Week. We're taking a quick break, and we'll be right back. And we're back. So it looks like the goalkeeper is the big defender for the Trojans at this point. Trojans has not been able to mount any significant attack. And the ball again goes to who? It's up against the Brent Hernandez. Ball out of bounds for a Pioneers throw in. It looks like Brent Hernandez is taking the throw here. This is a strategy to take a break, I think, to get a little bit of rest. He's tired of running. And ball's out of bounds for a Trojan goal kick. So, Coach, we have 4 minutes left in the game. The Pioneers need one here. Or, my mistake, the Trojans need one here to kind of get themselves back in the game to feel good going into halftime. Don't see where the attack is going to come from, as there are too many gaps, as you pointed out, between the lines for the team. And the Trojans are not able to play the ball forward to use the speed of Elia and the other players that they have. Big goal kick here for the Trojans. Ball's out to the midfield. Again, the defense of the Pioneers. And who does the ball end up to, Coach?
Brent Hernandez.
Brent Hernandez. And again, this is a dangerous area for a free kick. Inexperienced goalkeeper, experienced technical player in Brent Hernandez. Takes a big shot. Goalkeeper is there, makes a good save. Big kick by the goalkeeper for the Trojans. Again, the defense, Jose De La Fuente, a North Florida Madrid product, pressures the ball. Ball's now played forward. Let's see if Elliott can pick it up now and use that speed. Again, excellent defense there by the Pioneers. So the story of the game today, Coach, other than the attack that's mounting through the terrific play in the Pioneers, Brent Hernandez, is the defenders. This is Inside Game of the Week. We're taking a break, and we'll be right back. I'm going to just go off you. And now we're back. So, Coach, it looks like the defense is a story here for the Pioneers because the Pioneers goalkeeper is still pretty clean. I don't think he's dive all over the place. His uniform probably won't have to be washed tonight by his mom or dad. He's maintained a clean sheet, all because of this excellent defensive 5 at times 6 that stands behind him.
I mean, Coach,
that stands in front of him.
I mean, Coach, when you put it that way, it's easy. But as you could see, the Trojans, they have one player forward. And, you know, there's no way you're going to mount an attack with one player forward.
Not surrounded by 5.
Not surrounded by 5 defenders, especially if that player isn't getting the ball.
Excellent. Excellent point.
So, again, the Trojans, their coach is going to have to make some.
Going to have to make that adjustment.
Some adjustment in second half, and then something has to give in order for them to come out with something on this game.
So, Coach, are you suggesting push more attackers and play more direct?
Yes, definitely play more direct. And, again, they cannot leave big spaces in the midfield.
Right.
You know?
Coach, I still think they still need to assign a player to sit on Brent Hernandez's back because he has acres of space. No one tackling him when he turns. 40 yards, 30 yards running at the goal. A player of his ability, we know he's going to score another one if that continues.
Personally, I don't think they do need to assign a player, but what they can do is they will need.
And they would need to.
They would definitely need to push their defenders back forward. Maybe play stopper, sweeper, because right now it looks like they're playing back 4. So they need to play stopper, sweeper, and
very stationary the back 4
exactly. So
for the Trojans.
Exactly.
There's no movement up or down.
So they have to move forward and then play stopper, sweeper, and then that stopper have to step directly behind Brent. Because look where he's at right now. He picks up the ball.
Right, there's no one on him.
Exactly. He has 20, 30, 40 yards to go with the ball.
Again, the defense comes up strong there for the Pioneers, clearing the ball. So now they look for Brent Hernandez. A little bit long there for him, couldn't get it. Good defensive clearance there by the Trojans. Ball is in the midfield now and went out of bounds for a Pioneers throw-in. So we're approaching the 2-minute warning here. The referee officially has the time. And this is Inside Game of the Week. We're taking a break, and we'll be right back. And we're back. So quick throw in there for the Pioneers. Again, the defense of the Pioneers, Coach, is the story of the game. Again, the defense of the Pioneers is just having an easy time. There's no one on them. It's just them sitting back there with one player to defend. Elliott drops back deep, but when he plays the ball forward for the Trojans, there's nobody there to pick it up. Tomas from the Pioneers comes through, picks it up. Jose De La Fuente goes down the right-hand side. He cuts it back, makes another pass. Bad pass there. It went to the Trojans. Trojans are trying to clear their line. Brent Hernandez with it. Seems to be tiring a little bit. That shot was a little bit weak. Jose picked up the ball. A North Florida Madrid product. He dribbles down line. He should swing it in here for a big cross. He does. It hit off the Trojan player there. Good defense by the Trojans. And a throw-in for the Pioneers. So the ref called a handball there. Coach, I didn't think that was a on-purpose handball. I think the ball hit the player's hand, but The ref called a handball, free kick. Brent Hernandez crosses the ball to the back post and shoot their good save.
What a save
So
by the
Jose
goalkeeper.
De La Fuente at the back post with a big shot, but even a bigger save came up from the Trojan goalkeeper. We need to find that young man's name, Coach. Might be somebody we need to look at in the future. Excellent saves there by the Trojan goalkeeper, who's keeping them still in this game.
Most definitely.
So at halftime, we have the Pioneers 3, and we have the Trojans at 0. And this is Inside Game of the Week. We're taking a break, and we'll be right back.
We get it right.
Okay, how you want me to this one? Okay, talking in here. It's good now? Okay, okay. But it comes and goes now.
Put the on the white, the main 2 white box.
Uh-huh.
Bring me back just a little bit.
Okay, put it like at what, 2 o'clock or something? Like that?
No, I'm good. I'm good. You good?
Okay.
All right, we're good.
So it's on now, right?
Check, check, check. Check.
One, two, three, four.
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, 7. There we go. Check, check. Good level. Good level there. Check 1, 2. Good level.
INSiiGHTS YouTube. That's INSiiGHTS YouTube.
That's what's coming through now?
This is mic check on 2. Mic check on 2. Mic check on 2. This is a check on 2 again.
Two on the left.
Did you get it to work? All right.
And we're back at halftime here. Back for the last couple minutes of halftime. You have two celebrity commentators here. You got two of the more prominent, successful
Not
soccer
celebrity.
coaches.
Celebrity?
Oh, yeah. You came in with a shirt on it that says celebrity, so I thought it was Mr. Celebrity I was talking to there, Coach. Coach, tell them who you are and tell them a little bit about your program.
My name is Coach Chris Holland, and I am the second-year coach at Rickards High School. Been coaching high school soccer in Tallahassee longer than I'm willing to admit, but from the 1990s, let's just say that. Been at every school in Tallahassee except maybe for 3, Leon, Lincoln, Childs. I've literally coached at every school in town.
You can't keep a job?
No, I can't keep a job.
Jesus. Well, Coach, tell us a little bit about your I understand you played on the Jamaican national team.
Now you're really trying to age me.
Yeah, but I'm...
Now we're going back to the 80s, huh?
See, you said it. I was going to let it go with 2005 or something, but if it was in the 80s, then go with what you know. You know,
Yeah,
being humble didn't come across when I met you, but...
Yeah, proud to say that I've represented my country and, played a stint of professional soccer in America. And actually came here, ended the career with the indoor soccer team that used to play in the Civic Center here, back when Tallahassee had an ice hockey team, the Tallahassee Tiger Sharks. And so that's where I met, segued to meeting this young man behind me, Coach Kenny Woko. Excellent coach, growing and continuing to learn. And, this is how I like to deflect off of me onto him.
Yeah, I noticed that, but I was going to bring it back. Tell us a little bit about what that experience was like playing for the Jamaican national team.
Man, a once in a lifetime. Once in a lifetime, you get to travel, see all these countries that you would probably never have seen, experience things in your life that, only through the game of soccer. Because, coming from Jamaica, we don't have much, like the Americans do. So soccer, sports, and education is our way to experience the world and go travel and see the world. So I was fortunate to experience it traveling around.
And how old were you when you started playing?
As long as I can remember. If you ask my mom, I was playing since I was, since my inception between her and my dad, because I was kicking her in the belly, she said, the whole way until I came out. So I can't remember when I was not playing.
Well, congratulations. We appreciate you bringing that expertise here to Tallahassee to the high school teams and for them. And we will take a break, and Insight's high school game of the week will be back to start the second half. And we want to take just a minute to recognize from the Fort Braden Pioneers Dr. Arthur Woodard, academic student of the game with the highest grade point average in community involvement. That would be Cody Osborne, number 21. And for Frank Mims Middle School, the Dr. Arthur Woodard Academic Award students with the highest grade point average. 7th grade, Quentin Scott, 3.67. 8th grader, Gerardo Vivas, 3.67. All 3 students will be invited to attend the banquet that we have at the end of the year, along with our high school winners. And that'll be on May 6th, and you'll receive more information about it as we start the second half.
Excellent. Congratulations to both those future scholars. All right. So we're back on the second half. Looks like the Trojans are pressing now on the Pioneers, trying to mount some kind of attack, again, through Elia. And again, the defense for the Pioneers comes up trump. So good play there, again, by the defense for the Pioneers. Looks like the Trojans cannot break through this defense. So it looks like, Coach, coming this half, Coach Kenny, back with us. Looks like it's more of the same.
Yes, it does look that way. It seems as though the Trojans are dropping deep a little bit. I am seeing a couple of players around Brent already, but we'll see how long that lasts to see if they are going to be disciplined enough to do it for the rest of the game.
All right, so it looks like Brent is on the break again. He goes, he shoots, and just missed to the left-hand side of the goal there, goal kick. So they got away with a lucky break there, the Trojans did, because Brent could have finished off the game with just one stroke of his right foot. Goal kick coming up here for the Trojans. So now the ball is on the right-hand side. Let's see if the Trojans can use their speed and ball just dribbled out of bounds, it looks like. No, he kept it in bounds. Good dribbling.
And that is a throw-in for the Trojans. All right, Coach, it looks as though the adjustment that we said they needed to make, it looks as though the coach made it. I can see one of the players following Brent and around on the field. And but again, we'll see. And exactly the ball is coming to Brent right now, and you could see 2 players already around him. But it looks as though he's going to break free, and we'll see what happens. That is a nice clearance throwing to Fort Braden.
Good tackle there by the Trojans player on Brent Hernandez. Looks like he's going to man mark Brent Hernandez here, not give him any room and space. I think the coach should have made that adjustment a little bit earlier, but good adjustment there by the coach from the Trojan side. Good defensive clearance again. Maybe a goal tackling save there by the player from the Trojan side. Looks like we have a corner kick coming up, Coach. Again, corner kicks are an indicator of pressure in this game, and so the pressure just keeps mounting. Let's see if the Trojans can clear their lines. And we have a goal kick. Ball was just over-kicked to the back post and went out of bounds. Goal kick coming up here for the Trojans. So, Coach, when you compare the 2 back lines, when you look at the Trojan back line and the Pioneer back line, it looks like the Pioneers are more attached to the rest of their team, while you can see the Trojan back line are leaving huge gaps when they play. I think the coach needs to make that adjustment and close that gap so that there's not enough space for the Pioneers to pick the ball up and run at them like they're doing now, Coach.
Yes, definitely. You could see It looks as though the players from the Pioneer, they've been playing this game for a longer period of time than the players from Trojan. So that is why you see they move as a unit, and their back line is not so far back. They're not in a flat line. They are staggered up. So one ball doesn't beat all four of them.
So it looks like they just have a little bit more experience on the Pioneer side, and it shows here in the play.
Correct.
But you can see the Trojan kids are playing with a lot of heart. They're playing hard. They're really trying to play defense. Big shot coming up. Good save again by the young man in the Trojan goal. Again, we need to get his name, coach, because that is an excellent future player there on the Trojan side. Throw in here for the Pioneers. Defensive header clearance there by the Trojans. All right, and here comes the Trojans trying to mount something going forward, but again, ran right into the defense of the Pioneers. Great job by the Pioneers defenders. We have a battle going on in the midfield. And here comes the Trojans defenders with a clearance. Good clearance there by the Trojan defenders. A little bit of attack going forward here, coach. But again, the defense of the Pioneers is making life very difficult for the Trojans. Here comes Elia. Tries to pick the ball up. Looked like a handball was called. And this is going towards, this is Inside Game of the Week. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. And we're back. So it looks like a handball was called here. Chance for the Trojans to mount something going forward into the attacking third of the Pioneers. Free kick played forward and played one time directly by Brent Hernandez, who's dropped a little bit back into the midfield. Here's a good battle between, good move there by Elia from Madrid, and another good move there by the Madrid product. Ball is played directly again by Tomas from the Pioneer side. Brent Hernandez picks it up, cuts inside, takes a big shot. Good save by the goalkeeper once again, in the right place at the right time. Goalkeeping, coach, is a game of angles, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And just a quick, as we were saying in first half, the coach probably needs to watch Brent Hernandez, because you could see now he's starting to take long shots. Opposed to first half, he would definitely take that ball in and go at the defense and see if he can actually get closer before he takes those shots.
So he might be tiring.
Exactly. So right now he's taking 20, 25-yard shots, and I don't think that is he has the leg strength for that yet.
At that point to hit it from that distance.
Correct.
But again, the pressure mounts. You can see the technical ability, which is a lot better. Good save again by that young man in the goal from the Trojans. Good shot. This is Inside Game of the Week. And it looks like an excellent save again. Good kick by the goalkeeper. The Trojans are trying at their best efforts to move the ball forward, but the defenders of the Pioneers are just right there on them, playing excellent defense. Throw in here for the Pioneers by Jose De La Fuente. Looks like a handball call there that was missed by the referee. Here comes the Trojans playing the ball forward. Again, the back line of the Pioneers are just sitting in the back four with no pressure from the Trojans. The coach needs to make some kind of adjustment there. Again, good defense by the Pioneers. Throw in coming up for the Pioneers.
Again, definitely, coach. You could see the big gap, right, between the midfield of the Pioneers and the back line.
Yeah, so the Trojans definitely need to close that gap, because again, you can see they're running into that gap. The Pioneers, there's no one there to mark them. The Trojan defenders need to step up a little bit more forward to close that gap. Again, the inexperience shows on their side, but those kids are playing with a lot of heart on the Trojan side, trying to do the best they can. So we got to commend them for that.
Most definitely.
Throwing here for the Pioneers. There should be a cross. Cross comes over. Good defense there by the Trojan player. Now the Trojans picked it up in midfield. Here's that speed. Excellent speed there by the Trojan player there. You can see the speed. Look at the speed there. He ran all the way about 40 yards across the field. Again, a player like that, coach, with some tactical and technical ability, it'd be a nightmare for most teams, that speed that he has. He ran past 3 Pioneers players in about 40 yards in about 4 seconds. That's a fast young man.
Yes, it is. Like you said, he just needs some technical ability, some technical training, and he'll be.
Here he goes again, coach, on the ball. I don't think they can catch him, coach. If he just kicks that ball long, he's gone. There's that speed. And again, the technical ability of the Pioneers is just showing excellent technical ability. Good passing to Brent in the middle. Brent picks it up, beats one. And the speed to recover there by Elia. Good defense. Good defense there. And here's the speed of the Trojans showing moving forward, playing the ball directly. Now the speed can show here for the Trojans. Again, the technical ability and the patience of the defense of the Pioneers wins out. So story of the game for me, coach, is the Pioneers defenders and the speed of the Trojans.
Definitely, I do agree with you. And actually, you could see how spacing wise, the Pioneer defenders, they are very well spaced in the sense that when the ball beats a player, someone else is there to cover for them.
That's an excellent point. And we had a little battle going on there between Brent Hernandez and Elia. So it looks like a little battle was ensuing. They were both throwing their shoulders into each other, and we missed that a little bit. And so good matchup there between those two kids. Good competitive spirit. So you can see Brent Hernandez there in the middle holding onto his hips. Clear sign of exhaustion, coach. As a coach, you know that. Maybe the other coach needs to make some adjustments on the Pioneer side and give Brent a break. What do you think?
Yes, I've said it before. He needs a break. But again, we're just watching. We're not the coaches, so the coach knows what's best for his team. So we'll watch and see how he manages it.
Excellent point. We're definitely not the coaches of this game. We do things maybe a little bit different, like instruct the back line to move up a little bit closer there. There's a huge gap in the middle of the field. But again, these are young kids. They're learning, and they're excited to be at the championship game. I couldn't remember the last time I was at a championship game, coach, so I'm a little bit jealous of these kids tonight. All right, and right now it's still 3-0. Pioneers are still up, and the Trojans are trying to get one on the board. We are at the 18-minute mark. Coach, I think we're close to that water break time.
Yes, we are.
So throwing coming up here for the Pioneers. Jose De La Fuente with the ball, throws it forward to Brent Hernandez. Little foul throw there. Jose lifted the left foot off the ground. The referee is going to bring it back. In a throw in, you have to keep both feet on the ground, ball behind the neck, and throw it forward. Referee's having a little talk here with Brent Hernandez for a little dangerous play, just kind of warning him a little bit, telling him to calm down a little bit. Very competitive young man there. So we should have a throw-in for the Trojans. Looks like the Trojan coach is making a couple of substitutions. But all in all, it's a good game, coach. Both teams are playing competitive.
Soccer is supposed to be a continuous sport that runs nonstop.
So officially, the referee will keep the time. So it looks like we have a little malfunction of the clock, the game clock. But the referee has the official clock. No matter what the game clock says, the referee can add or subtract as he sees. It's his game to manage, so he's going to manage the time. Excellent move there by Brent Hernandez. Big shot coming up. Oh, just missed there. Just hit the crossbar and going over. And, Coach, I don't know. He hit that maybe from about 20 yards out.
Did you see that stop and go?
Yes, that was an excellent trick there. He stopped, and then as the defender stopped, he froze him, then he moved the ball forward. An excellent, clever play there by Brett Hernandez to get space for that shot. All right, goal kick coming up here. Looks like Brett Hernandez is moving in the line of the ball. And again, no one is around him as he picks the ball up. And he takes a first-time shot. Maybe a sign of exhaustion there, Coach. I think if he wasn't exhausted, he would put that down and try to dribble. But sign of exhaustion, took a first-time shot.
Most definitely. But again, we don't know the instruction the coach has given him.
True.
You know, the coach might have, told him,
Goal kick coming up here. Big kick for the Trojans. Ball makes it out to midfield. Again, the defense is the story for the Pioneers. They have stopped everything that the Trojan has thrown forward at them. They have clogged up the middle. The Trojan has no space. So good defense again by the Pioneers. Throw in on the left side. Ball is in the middle. Here comes that kid with the speed there, Coach. Good technical ability there by Tomas. Good pass. It's out to the right side. Comes in. Dribbles. And still with Brett Hernandez. He dribbles down to the byline. Cuts it back. Plays it back. An excellent play there to cut it back when he gets to the byline for a defender, for an attacker to run onto. But the defenders read it, and they were right there. Tomas with the ball. Takes a big shot. Again, excellent positioning by the goalkeeper on the Trojan side. Coach, I think we need to look to talk to that young man's parent at the end of this game.
Definitely we do. He's the player that is keeping
the Trojans
in this game.
Definitely. Big pass, big clearance there by the Trojans. Again, the Trojans are under tremendous pressure. They need to clear the ball and just get it out. Looks like a throw-in coming up here. Throw-in for the Trojans. Again, good battle between Mr. Hernandez and Mr. Elia. Still got a throw in for the Trojans. Pioneers kicked it out. So, Coach, we should be at the water break. I'm not sure what time the referee has here, but on the clock now it says 15. I'm sure that's not the official time. Big shot coming up. And another excellent save for the Trojans goalkeeper. Coach, by my count, that's about 20 saves for this goalkeeper.
Yes.
He's having an excellent game
yes,
on the Trojan side and keeping them in and frustrating the Pioneers at that.
Yep, regardless of the score, he's been
an outstanding player.
Yes.
At this point, Coach, other than the offensive side, would you say defensively that's your defensive player of the game?
Yes, I would definitely, yes. Yes, he will be my defensive player of the game.
Excellent goalkeeper on the Trojan. We have a throw in here on the Trojan side. Trojan trying to mount an attack to move forward. Again, there's the defense of the Pioneers. Trojan trying to use their speed, but the defense is right there to clog it up. Now we're trying to go forward. Again, the defense of the Pioneers clogs everything up as it tries to move forward, and here we come through Brett. They try to go through Brett there and could make a good pass to connect, to throw in there for now the Trojans are on their attack. Ball is in the attacking third.
What a break.
And it looks like the ref finally called for a water break. This is Inside Game of the Week. We're taking a break, and we'll be right back. I'm going to take a water break. This talking stuff drives your mouth out. Huh?
You do good at it.
I do?
Now, if you get your best friend, when he pauses,
I'll try to let him go. Yeah. And we're back. And so we're at the water break here, Coach. So it looks like by my clock, they should have around 17 minutes left. What do you think the Trojans can do to mount an attack? They're 3-0 down.
I think right now 3-0, 20-0 doesn't make a difference to me. You know, as a coach, I would definitely release the handbrakes from Elliott and give him, do what
and just let him roam and
Yep.
end the last 17 minutes how he wants to and play free.
give him free pass, and then definitely, as I said, step the defensive line up, man Mac, not necessarily man Mac, but someone close enough to Brent to cover that space so he doesn't pick up the ball and run 40, 50 yards with no one beside him.
Well, Coach, I think we're going to have to send a courier with a note to the coach on the other side because I don't think he's going to make those adjustments. I think it's more of the same. But good coaching points, but I don't think that's going to happen. We could make a wager on it, Coach. I like curry goat. I like curry goat.
All right, I like jerk chicken.
Okay, so my curry goat for your jerk chicken. Coach is not going to make any adjustments. There'll still be gaps on the Trojan side, and I think it'll be more of the same.
That was my pick.
I don't think we can bet on the same horse to win.
I guess we're not making a wager then.
Well, there goes my curry goat. All right. So let's hope, the both sides and both kids enjoy this game. This is a rare opportunity. Not everybody get to make it to the championship. So hopefully they enjoy it and enjoy the night, no matter what the score or the outcome. Show good sportsmanship. They're all kids and growing and learning the sport. So, tonight is a win for both sides, no matter what the score is tonight. And both coaches. We have two coaches who are first-time coaches and make it to the championship. I mean, that's, if you look at any sport, whether that be NFL, any three of the big sports in America, NFL, basketball, or
Baseball.
I don't think first-year coaches make it to the championship very often. So this is an odd thing to have both coaches on both sidelines, first-year coaches making it to the championship.
Yeah, that's impressive.
So hats off to them.
That's impressive, and I commend the coaches and the hard work that they've put in all through the season.
And to the kids as well, to be able to adjust the first-year coaches and listen and get to the championship. That's excellent. So all the way around, proud of both sides. And so going forward, when we look at both sides of the fence, we would like to see the Trojan kids improve on their technical ability, would you say, Coach?
Yes, definitely. Yes, definitely technical abilities, because you could tell the hunger is there, the speed is there, the zeal is there,
the athleticism is there.
Yeah, it's there, but just the technique is what is missing. And at this age, that is what they need to focus more.
And if you look at the kids from the Trojan, what you guys are doing and what I'm doing with North Florida Madrid on this side of town, I think it will benefit those kids. Because we can see on the north side of town, there are some mechanisms set up to benefit those kids. But as you can see, on both teams tonight, these kids are benefiting from the North Florida Madrid soccer club being on the south side of town. That tonight we see that represented on both teams, the North Florida Madrid players. So with the continued development of these kids and the club, I think we'll see more players come on the field with championships, with technical ability being represented from that club representing the south side of town. And that translates to high school, Coach. As you well know, we're looking at players that we're both going to coach in high school at some point, maybe some sooner than later. And so as we develop them at this age, by the time they get to high school, we'll be contending for regionals and all the way to the Final Four of the state. So the future is looking good with the continued development of these kids, with the club that is now present to represent them and help them on this side of town. I think the future looks bright for soccer in Tallahassee.
Yes, I definitely do think so. And as far as the development of these kids at this young age, it really does help out in high school, because by the time they get to high school, as a high school coach, you don't have to spend so much time teaching them what they should have already learned in 8th grade, 7th grade, or 6th grade. Now,
excellent speed by this young man here. Here he's again in open space. He's just trying to get some open space and run. And, Coach, the worst thing to coach against is speed, because there's no remedy to stop that speed. All you can do is hope he messes up or slows down.
You cannot coach against speed, Coach.
Can't coach against speed. It's a nightmare for all coaches. So we might need to talk to that young man as well to see what we can do for him and help him out with his technical ability. So excellent. I'm impressed here, Coach. I see a bright future for some of these kids. We just have to get a hold of them and teach them some of these techniques. Good play there by the Pioneers again. Commending the Pioneers defense. They're clogging everything up, stopping everything by the Trojans going forward and playing the ball smartly out to Jose. Jose picks it up, and the Pioneer player, Trojan has it. Trojan cuts back inside. And again, here's the defense of the Pioneers, just clogging everything up and moving it forward. That has been the difference in this game, Coach. The Pioneers defense has created everything for the attack. Again, ball is just coming right back. As soon as it gets to the Pioneer half of the field, the defense is there to send it right back into the Trojan half. So again, ball comes forward, it comes right back. And that's a remedy for pressure, coach. So it's just a matter of time.
Yes, it is, and I do think it does look as though the Trojan coach has actually made some changes. I do see I do see the speedy kid that we're talking about. I cannot see his number from here. He looks as though he's now playing forward, but he looks also as though that he has some room to operate.
To come back.
So now he's coming back to the midfield, and Elliott has also dropped to the midfield, and both of them are going up and down the field to try to help their team to see what.
But here's the problem I see, coach. They're dropped back so far that there's no a point of attack. So when they play the ball forward, it just goes right to the 4 Pioneer defenders standing there. So as soon as they play it forward, it's coming right back. Like now, they'll play it forward, and it just goes right to the Pioneer players, and it's coming right back or goes through to the goalkeeper like that with no pressure with an attacking player from the Trojans. So at this point, I'm not sure if the coach is just trying to stop the bleeding and end it with a 3-0 because there's no point of attack. And as you know, you have to have a point of attack, someone to stretch the field going long. So there's none of that now for the Trojan players. There's just the 4 Pioneer defenders standing back. Ball goes there, then it comes right back.
All
because
right.
there's no pressure.
All right, then my question to you becomes: do you stop the bleeding, or do you go all out to see what happens?
Well, I see what you're doing there, Coach. You're trying to get into my coaching mind because we're going to play against each other. That's a nice try. I am not the coach, like you said, of either team. So we just hope that the coach makes his adjustment as he see fit. And when come time that we play, I'll do what I think is best.
Well,
you saw what he tried to do there, everyone. You know, he tried to get into the mind. Before we play each other.
Well, it's not really about that. We're not in the same district. We're not in the same district, so our game against each other isn't really going to matter.
But he still tried to get into my mind, so I won't let him.
As a young coach, I'm always learning. And as my mentor, I need to know what you would do in this situation.
Okay. What I would do, I would go try to get a goal. So I wouldn't stop the bleeding. At this point, you can't defend a 3-0. You know, you're down 3-0. You can't play too much defense. You have to take some risk and move forward, Coach. So, to answer your question seriously, I would take some risk, push some players forward. At this point, 3-0 down. You only have less than about 12 minutes left in the game, and go try to get a goal. At least you can leave here saying, you lost 3-1 or 3-2, as opposed to not having a goal, anything, on the other team. So I would go push and try to get a goal.
Thank you, and thank you for that answer, because that was exactly the same thing I was thinking. I just needed to know if I was thinking in the right direction, Coach.
Yes, Coach. You're learning well, Coach. You have a good tutor. You're learning well. You're doing excellent as a coach. Very proud of you. Very proud of the job. Ball and kicked it out because that player was gone. Now, Coach, with the speed that he has, he was going to go to goal, but I'm not sure if with the technical ability. We don't know because, again, the Pioneer defenders come up trump and play the good defense and just stopping everything that the Trojans throw at them. So let's see what happens here. Good cross and a shot on goal on the top of the bar, and almost a goal there by the Trojans. So, Coach, they almost had one.
Yes, they almost did, and I do see, they are trying. So, like you said, regardless of what the score
push for a goal.
Yes, and I do think that would have probably put some pressure on the
back four.
On the back four of the Trojans. And
against a player like Brent Hernandez, they should have denied him time and space.
Yes.
But it looks like the coaches made the adjustment. The kids have made the adjustment. So it's good to see.
I don't know who. Maybe someone in here passed him a note.
I think so.
But he definitely listened, and it's paying off.
Yes, that adjustment is paying off. Keeping the score at 3-0, frustrating the attack of the Pioneers. Looks like the Pioneers has a corner kick here. And I think someone sent a pigeon, like back in the day, and tied it to the leg
with a note
and sent it over there with a note to the coach how to make those adjustments, because good adjustments there by the Trojan coach. Here comes a corner kick by the Pioneers. They take a short corner kick, dropped it, send it back in. Looks like something Madrid would do. Excellent defense there by the Trojans. And here's the Trojans using that speed coming up. Excellent defense again by the Trojans. Trojans using that speed. Good defense by the Pioneers on the midway line. But again, the defense of the Pioneers coming up strong. Goalkeeper comes up for the Trojans, picks the ball up. No, he chooses to kick it first time. Elliott picks it up and turns. And Elliott's taking off on a run on the left-hand side. Very tricky player here. The Pioneers players got to watch him. Oh, he missed dribble and lost it. But he's going against Jose De La Fuente, his teammate from the Madrid side. So Jose knows this player very well, so defended him because he's very familiar with him. So excellent defense there by Jose.
Definitely, that is a good battle because they know each other. They go at each other every day at practice when we do have practice during the season. So it's been fun watching both of them go at each other just to see who can outsmart each other.
Here we have a free kick now for the Pioneers. Defense is holding, it looks like, the 6-yard box, which is a little bit too deep, Coach. They should have probably stepped up a little bit to the 18. Ball is played into the box. And almost there on a clip from Brett Hernandez, almost got it into the goal. Goal kick coming up with 4 minutes left to play. Still 3-0. Pioneers, 3. The Trojans, 0.
4 minutes, and as we said, the referee has the unofficial time left on the.
All right, goal kick coming up here for the Trojans. Big kick. Didn't quite make it all the way to midfield, looks like. Pioneers players on it, and Trojans trying to defend, trying to get it out. Again, they're finishing strong. Good defense there by the Trojans to get the ball out. And a throw in on the left-hand side. Throw in here for the Pioneers coming up with about less than 3 minutes left to play. Looks like Thomas is control here by Brett. Good defense again by the Trojans. So, Coach, you can see here they're surrounding Brett and not giving him any time or space on the ball, which is excellent. Jose picks it up, takes a shot, cleared there by the defense of the Trojans. Trojans comes up using that speed. He's breaking away here on the left-hand side and kept it in. Nope, didn't keep it in. So the referee called a throw in there for the Pioneers.
Correct, and that is what they should have done from the beginning. They didn't necessarily have to man-mark him, but just, have someone around the area wherever he's at so he doesn't pick up the ball and run.
And have time and space.
Exactly.
So these kids have made it a game here, the Trojan kids. They've really turned it on here in the second half, denying space, denying shooting opportunity. So excellent, better second half here by the Trojans.
Definitely, I'm proud of the adjustment that they've made and, everything that they've done so far in second half.
And here's Brett again on the ball, being defended again by Elia, who's denying him time and space. Throwing coming here for the Pioneers. Looks like we have about 2 minutes or so left to play. The referee, of course, keeps the official time on the field. Looks like another throw-in for the Pioneers. In the attacking third here of the Trojans. Trojans trying to clear the line. Big shot and just missed outside to the left.
For a goal kick.
So, Coach, this has been a fun game to watch. The back and forth, the changes that have been made, the adjustments in the second half. Looks like the 2 different games were
definitely. First game was first half was a game of a game of one tail, and then second half we definitely saw both teams competing, and second half so far has been 0-0.
Yes, so a better team came out on the Trojan side, and closed down time and space on the attackers for the Pioneers. So here's Brent on the ball again, defended by Elia. Elia's up to the task and kicks it out of bounds there. And saved by the Trojan player. Trojans trying to clear it. Elia picks it up, plays it out to half line. And here's the speed. Here's that young man with that 40 speed. And he's gone. And he's beaten 1. He's beat 2. He's coming down. And good defense again by the Pioneers to stop the speedy player from the Trojans.
And that'll be
that player looks dangerous, Coach.
Yes, he does. And that'll be throwing for the Trojans.
And that player, Coach, that player probably needs some coaching on the technical part of the game, would you say, to know that in that space he would pull the player in with short touches, and as that player comes close, then push it longer and use his speed to get an opening. So, again, that player needs probably to get involved with some kind of recreational soccer or some kind of club-level soccer and to continue his development.
Yes, he definitely does. He needs someone that will actually spend the time, and spend the time and show interest in letting him know this is what you're doing right, this is what you're doing wrong. Now, this is what you're doing wrong, but this is how we fix it.
Good point, Coach. So he just needs more development and more time spent learning the technical part of the game. Here's Elia, picks up the ball, moves forward, dribbles, takes a big shot, and the goalkeeper is right there for the Pioneers to make a good save. Good positioning by the Pioneers goalkeeper. Good shot there by the Trojans to mount a last-minute attack. Looks like they have ran out of time here. A little bit too much, too little, too late. Excellent job by both teams. We reached the end of the game. End of the game 3-0 with the Fort Myers Pioneers winning the championship to 0 for the Mims Trojan. Excellent game on both halves of the field. Excellent job to the coaches. Congratulations to both teams.
Definitely, I'm proud of the job that the Trojans have with something to prove, and I did think that they not able to score a goal or two.
That's right. And congrats to the Pioneers for their championship. Well done by both teams again. Congrats to the Pioneers. 3-0.
Okay, y'all on.
Number 3, Corbin Bruder. Number 4.
All right, and welcome to the Insight Game of the Week. This championship game is against Swift Creek Middle School and Deerlake Middle Schools. Deerlake comes in with a record of 8-1. Swift Creek with a record of 8-0. So this should be an exciting game to watch. Two good, excellent teams here, and we should see a good game. A lot of defense and a lot of offensive stuff. So we set them up, and we'll see how it goes tonight against Deerlake versus Swift Creek. And so we're joined tonight with the excellent broadcaster, years of broadcasting experience with Coach Kenny Woko of JP2. Coach, tell us about yourself and, the school that you represent in town while these kids get introduced here on the field.
All right, Coach. This is Coach Kenny Woko. I am the coach of John Paul Catholic High School. I have been there for, I want to say 3 years now. And I am actually, went to high school here in Tallahassee. I went to Garvey High School, and I was fortunate enough to be coached by none other than the one and only Coach Chris. So he has been my mentor, and someone that I've looked up to in the soccer community, not just in the soccer community, but also outside, the soccer community. I reach up to him. And ask him about life questions, and he's been there for me. And
He looks down to me because I'm shorter than him. So.
He's definitely one of the ones that got me interested in doing this thing that we call soccer as far as coaching wise. So again, I've been at JP2 now for about 3 years, and I'm loving the kids. I love the parents. I love the community, and last year we were fortunate enough to make it to a regional semifinal.
Yes, you did.
Where we went to Jacksonville and we lost 1-0. And I do think that the boys are definitely looking forward to this opportunity this year. Right now we are 6-2. We've only lost two district games. Which
doing a great job, Coach.
Yeah, which I'm looking forward to the second part of the season come January.
Awesome. And let me just segue and talk a little bit about my program that I'm now the second year coach of at Rickards High School. I'm very proud of those boys. They went the other night. A little quick story for you. They went and played without their coach and did excellent, and had an opportunity to win the game but just missed it, by the skin of their teeth. So coach is on the way down I-10 to attend the game with 6 of the boys in the van, and the tire decides to go out. So good thing one of the parents were behind us, and we picked up the boys and took them to the game, and they were represented with Coach Jonathan Hill, who was the assistant coach. He did an excellent job in filling in, and the boys ended up tying the game going into the Christmas break. I think that was awesome and an excellent play for the Rickards High School boys, who are now sitting third in the district, which is an excellent place for them, and they'll just continue to grow. So I'm proud of them. So I just wanted to shout out the Rickards High School boys soccer team, who are probably logging on right now listening to it because they love social media and probably going to make fun of their coach when they see me here. Say, hey, Coach, I heard you, and your Jamaican accent come out every now and then. So I've been in this town, coached here for, over 20 years. Again, I've coached at just about every school here in town except Leon, Lincoln. I did coach at Lincoln, so let me take that back. Leon and Childs are probably the only schools that I haven't coached at. And proud to be here in Tallahassee, giving my soccer knowledge to help the soccer kids here and the soccer community to grow. I do my part. Other people do their parts as well in town to help the soccer community in Tallahassee. So we're very proud to be here tonight. Glad we were invited to help broadcast this game, or these two games, these two championships between these 4 wonderful schools. So moving on, looks like tonight, Coach, with an 8-0 record on the Swift Creek side and an 8-1 record on the Deerlake side. Looks like it should be a good game there, Coach.
Yes, definitely. I'm looking forward to see some of this talent on the field. I'm looking forward to see the tactics, what the coaches, what tactics the coaches are going to employ, and also definitely see how the kids are going to basically carry out the instructions that the coaches have given them to carry out on the field, Coach.
And traditionally, between these two schools, we find that predominance of these kids, they play travel soccer, club soccer. And so this tonight should be an excellent game. Skill should see an excellent display of tactics on both sides of the coaching fence. So this should be an entertaining game to watch tonight as the boys shake hands moving forward to the start of the game. So again, you guys that are logging in to the broadcast, welcome to the broadcast, and we'll get our scorecards from you guys that know us a little bit closer as friends. We'll get our scorecards as first-time broadcasters, but this is the game we love. We can talk about this game all day. So for us, this is not something difficult. We're just talking as two friends about a soccer game that we're watching and critiquing and, complimenting good play that we see. So thank you all for, logging in and signing in and watching the live stream here tonight at Cox Stadium. Final game, Deerlake versus Swift Creek. Again, the records for Deerlake and Swift Creek. Deerlake comes in with a record of 8-1. Swift Creek with a record of 8-0. Yes, and so we're just reading some of the the funny comments as people live stream, Coach Kenny's getting compliments on his wonderful voice, I'm not getting such compliments, I just want to be more like Coach Kenny when I grow up. He's absolutely my idol. Coach Kenny,
No.
You have anything to say to your fans that are now tuning in?
No comment on you being more like me when you grow up. We'll talk about that off the air. But, just as Coach said, this should be a fantastic show of talent. Most of these boys play travel soccer. So we'll be looking forward to see what they have to showcase at this championship game tonight. And, thank you again to the fans that are logging in. We've sent the links out to all our boys and parents. So hopefully they'll be logging in and listening and also watching. And obviously, comment where they see fit. And Coach Chris and I will be able to read those comments afterward and have some laughter.
And we'll know who you are. So when you make fun of us, we'll know who you are. And your
Yes.
child will probably have extra laps to do in practices. All right, so it looks like the boys are getting ready to go here. So we have the Deerlake Bucks against the Swift Creek Wolves. So we're excited for this game to start here, Coach. Looks like we have the referees, the same crew from the last game. Excellent referee crew. They get the other game under control. Looks like they managed the game well. When things got out of hand, they look like they stepped in at the right moments. So looks like we should be in for a good game here as we get started on the kickoff.
Yes, Coach, I'm definitely looking forward to this. As I said again, this should be fun to watch tonight.
So kicking off with possession of the ball, looks like Deerlake has possession, about to play the ball. My apologies, Swift Creek had the ball playing, and now Swift Creek moved the ball through the midfield. Good passing and good movement there. Looks like they have a good understanding of each other. Good build-up play. And the ball goes out of bounds there for a Deerlake throw-in. So, Coach, what do you expect here to see between the two? What kind of tactics you think each coach is going to deploy to try to take over and win this game?
Right now, I just do think that there's going to be a lot of, a lot of these kids know each other. So right now, the first 15, 20 minutes of this game, they are all going to try to feel each other out to see, what are you, what are you bringing, and regardless of what the coaches tell them to do. These are kids, and we coach.
So you think these are friends?
Yes, exactly. These are kids and these are friends, and we know, based on our experience, what most of our kids do. You give them instructions. As long as they're playing against their friends, they have something to prove. But after that first 20 minutes, everything simmers down, settles down, and then that is when we'll be watching to see the players. They will start separating themselves.
Excellent point, Coach, especially that one about teenage boys not listening to their coach. They definitely don't listen to your instructions. They definitely do what they want to do until they get in trouble. Then they want to listen to the coach, right?
Correct.
So we'll see here as we have a corner kick for the Deerlake. And it looks like Deerlake hit the crossbar, just missing the crossbar there. And it looks like the ref made a call Looks like some kind of infraction in the box, some kind of foul.
Actually,
So
it's a goal kick. I
went
think.
over to the top, probably hit
Correct.
the football goalpost there. So we're going for a goal kick. Goal kick for the Wolves coming out. Ball's now played up to the midfield. And out of bounds. Looks like that's be a Swift Creek throw-in down line. And ball went out of bounds. Changed possession here. Deerlake now has the ball.
Correct.
So they're working down the ball on the sidelines there. Good defense there. Good shielding by the Deerlake player. Shield the Swift Creek player off. Looks like it came off the Deerlake player last. Trying to mount an attack here into the attacking third. And Deerlake kicks it out smartly for a Swift Creek throw-in. So right now it looks like Swift Creek is mounting most of the pressure at this point in time.
Actually, for a Swift Creek corner kick.
So here goes Swift Creek. They set up with men at the back post, one at the front post. Ball comes in, goes past everyone, and looks like it goes out for a throw-in. So a wasted opportunity there on a good good corner kick there by Swift Creek. We've got to get players in the box and attacking that ball, locking their eyes, focusing on the ball, and just attacking the ball there. All right, so here goes Deerlake trying to build their attack. Defender there. Probably had time to control and make a pass there, coach. Defender went with the first time clearance, safety first in the back.
Yes, and you could tell that these two teams.
And this is Inside Game of the Week. We're taking a brief break, and we'll be right back. And we're back. So a lot of these young players, coach, they'll have time on the ball, but they'll opt for the safe option of just kicking it first time. We'd like to see, as they continue to develop, take more time, control the ball, pick their heads up, string a couple of passes together, and think about what they're actually doing. So it looks like Deerlake is breaking down here on the right-hand side, cuts it back, and he should be able to get across as the ball just drifted out of bounds there for a Swift Creek throw-in. Good defense by Swift Creek. They surrounded that player with at least two players. He had no room and no time in dribbling out of bounds.
Correct, and you could see the level of play in this game. Definitely, both teams technically sound, technically good. So the positioning is really good, and they are all moving as a unit as well.
Excellent point, coach. They're all moving. The back line is moving with the midfielders and the whole team, creating a difficult time for the other team to have any space to kind of pass or work through. So that was an excellent point as they're playing well and organized.
And that'll be a throw-in for Swift Creek.
Big throw there by Swift Creek. Ball's in the middle. Can we get a shot here? Looks like we're getting in, and good defense by Deerlake. Good defense again to block that shot there by Deerlake. And now Swift Creek is passing the ball around. Player there is not with his head up, so he can't find a pass. And coaches, players dribble with their heads down. Can't find that pass when they're trying to make it. Got to play with your head up. So here's the Deerlake player. Excellent play there with his head up, looking to switch it. Nope, good defense there by Swift Creek. Good passing, good moving. So you can see these players trying to string passes together, coaches. Is what we like to see, a build-up in the play instead of just that direct kick without a plan. That was excellent defense there by Swift Creek to shield it out for a goal kick. So none of the goalkeepers have been tested yet, Coach. Looks like in the goal, similar-sized goalkeepers. If I were the coach on either side of the fence, I would tell them to shoot high and up wide. What do you think, Coach?
Correct, definitely high and up wide to the right, to the left. Make sure, keep it on frame and high, as high as you can, but keep it on frame, and that will definitely test the goalkeepers.
And this is Inside Game of the Week. We're taking a break, and we'll be right back.
And we are back.
All right, so it looks like we have a throw in here for Swift Creek, mounting yet another attack. So, Coach, by the looks of this game might be a 1-0 game as both teams. Oh, good shot there by Swift Creek, and he dribbled to the left and cut it back. across the face of the goal, wrong-footed the goalkeeper, going the wrong direction. Excellent placement. Again, Coach, good point about how you finish. Is not about the strength and the big shot. It's about the placement. That was an excellent place ball, cutting across the grain of the goalkeeper's movement and wrong-footing the goalkeeper. So that was an excellent shot there. And it's now 1-0, Swift Creek leading Deerlake.
Correct. So now let's see how Deerlake adjust and see how they come back within this next few minutes of this goal being scored against them, Coach.
Excellent job there by the attacking player from Swift Creek. We have about 23 minutes unofficially on the game clock. The referee obviously is the official game timekeeper. So unofficially, it looks like on our board here, 23 minutes. Swift Creek 1, Deerlake 0. We're going to see the reaction here of Deerlake. Are they going to react and press forward, or are they going to go into a shell and try to defend? Here comes Swift Creek again. Good defense there by Deerlake. And it looks like number 11 on Swift Creek is the danger player, Coach. They've got to watch that player. Here comes Deerlake with an attack, trying to string a couple of passes through. They get an opening, they take a shot, and just wide of the goal there to the right. Good build-up play by Deerlake.
Definitely, I do think Deerlake is moving. I definitely do think Deerlake is moving the ball, and they're trying to get every player involved in the play, Coach.
Awesome build-up. And it looks like, Coach Kenny, we have some requests from some of the people that were logging in. They want to just hear you yell one time when the goal was scored, a big goal, and just hold it for as long as you can. I think they would enjoy that and probably subscribe to the channel permanently if you do that.
All right, so next time when the goal is scored, if Coach Kenny remembers, he will.
And you've got to say the Nigerian.
If Coach Kenny remembers, he will scream a big goal for you and hold it. Okay.
There goes the Braden. Good position in there by the goalkeeper from Deerlake. Big punt out to the middle of the field. Good challenge there. Good battle in the middle of the field for that header there for the Deerlake and Swift Creek player. So we got to have fun while we broadcast. Sometimes, it makes broadcasting even that much more fun. So bear with us as you log in and listen to the live stream and watch the live stream. So Deerlake is trying to mount an attack here, and looks like the ball is going to run out of bounds.
And that'll be a goal kick.
And it looks like on the Deerlake side, Coach, they're attacking predominantly on the right-hand side. I haven't seen any attack mounted so far on the left-hand side of the field. So it looks like their strongest players seem to be onto the right-hand side, which Swift Creek is quickly keying onto and defending those players over there. There's no switching of the play onto the other side of the field. What do you see, Coach?
Yes, I do see the same thing. But as a coach, that is when you can either switch your players, or you can give certain players certain role as far as giving them free role, and they'll be able to move. As I know they're young, but at the same time, giving them that role, giving them that responsibility. Some players, even at this age, are able to handle those responsibilities.
That's a good point, Coach. Excellent switch of play there. Good defense by the Deerlake player, not allowing the player with any time or space on that switch. Excellent switch there by number 11. All right, the referee's going to call that one back. Looked like the player stepped up too close to the line, and we're going to have a rethrow on that one. So number 11 on Swift Creek looks like definitely the danger player. Looks like a left-footed player. They'll have to mark him closely. All right, good shield there. Good tackle there by the Swift Creek player. And so number 11 looks like Trenton Blake. Looks like a player to watch here in the game. Number 11, Trenton Blake on the Swift Creek side. Looks like he's got a dangerous left foot, so they have to watch him there. Throwing coming up now for Swift Creek. Let's watch the movement of Mr. Blake. See if he tries to find the ball. Looks like a throw-in coming up for Deerlake. So, Coach, it's a good night for soccer, right? Not too cold, not too hot. Score of 1-0 for the Wolves, 1 for the Wolves, and 0 for the Bucks. Swift Creek 1, Deerlake 0. Good night for soccer, Coach.
Yes, definitely it is, and I do see there's a lot of fans out tonight. So hopefully they will enjoy it just as much as we are, and also the kids will enjoy it as well.
Awesome defensive clearance there by Swift Creek. Again, sometimes they're going for the direct ball, Coach. It looks like they have time and space where they can settle it and actually play it. They're going for the direct play. I think Deerlake just needs to settle down and string together a few more passes and build the attack as opposed to going for the direct play. Good positioning by the goalkeeper there as the cross came through. Very aggressive, the goalkeeper, way out of his box. Good job there by settling the ball by Deerlake. Now they're looking to maybe string a couple of passes. Look like a foul there in the middle of the field. And the referee, that call could have went both ways, Coach. If both players' feet got tangled,
Yes.
looks like the referee made a decision, flipped a coin, and decided to go the Deerlake way. Direct play into the box. Looks like another foul call there. I didn't see anything there, Coach, but again, I'm not the referee. I'm not that close to the play. He called a foul against Deerlake, which I didn't see.
I do think from the angle, I do think it was a shot from the back.
From the
but,
back.
Yeah, but as you said, we cannot make that call from here.
All right, free kick coming up for Swift Creek. Played out to the right-hand side. Tried to settle there by the Deerlake player. Was not able to. Good header in the middle. And right here is where they need to settle it. Good play out wide of switching the play. Now we're going down the left flank. And a first-time cross. Can he get onto the end of it? Good positioning by the goalkeeper. Aggressive again, coming out and getting that ball. And we see a lot of young goalkeepers, Coach. They will stay on their line on a ball like that and then allow the attacker even more time to come forward onto them. And that goalkeeper there is aggressive. He's coming out and catching the ball. A lot of young goalkeepers would stay back on their lines on a cross like that and allow the attacker yet more chance to come in and finish that ball off. So good positioning by the goalkeeper.
Yes, you're correct. And that is something that they have definitely been taught, because you could tell both goalkeepers are way off their line. They're actually trying to be connected to their back line. When everyone pushes up, they step up as well and be connected with their back line.
Yeah, good positioning by the goalkeeper there. He steps way out of his box when the ball is in the attacking third of the other team. And then as the ball comes back, he steps back into his box. So good coaching. Way to recognize that, Coach, that the goalkeeper's positioning is also connected with the game, and he's not just standing on his line like most inexperienced players would, stand on their goal line even when the ball is in the attacking third of the other team. Good battle going on here in the midfield. They just need to settle it down now here, Coach, and string together a couple of passes. Everything is still frantic, and everybody's just kicking at the ball with no plan. So I'd like to see them settle the ball down, start thinking about switching the field. There's tons of space on the other side of the field that they can utilize. There's no player there for a switch. Now there's a Deerlake player slowly moving into that position. But if they can switch the play, Coach, there's a player wide open on Deerlake that could take the ball and run 20 yards at them. But they're not seeing that play right now.
Definitely, and that is something that comes with coaching as well. When you have to tell your player you will be our outlet. So when the ball is here, I need you.
Here's the switch
over
play.
here.
No, they didn't decide to do it. Good point, Coach. And that's coaching. Coaching will definitely have to address that. Maybe the coach can see that and make the adjustment second half or by the water break.
Hopefully.
So that was a push in the back foul call against Deerlake, Swift Creek's ball. So it looks like in the first 15 minutes they were able to find Mr. Blake, but they're not able to now. I think Deerlake has made the adjustment and marked him closer or watch him more closely. Again, direct play, sending the speedy Blake. Let's see what he does here to the corner. He cuts it back. Good tackle there by Deerlake. Ball went off the foot of Mr. Blake, so it's a Deerlake throw. Good defense.
Correct.
On
definitely.
the Deerlake side. Try to settle it there, Deerlake, and played a dangerous ball. Give an opportunity to Swift Creek. Swift Creek tried to set it up for a first-time shot. No one was there. So it looks like this player, Blake, is running all over the field here, Coach. Good positioning again by the goalkeeper. Reading the game well there, the goalkeeper.
Yes, I'm definitely.
Deerlake
I'm
side.
definitely impressed with the plays of both goalkeepers, because you could tell they've actually been told to, not stay on their line and come and actually join the play and be a part of the team.
And that's an excellent thing for goalkeepers to understand, that they can calm the team down with their confident play. When you don't have a confident goalkeeper in front of you, it makes everything else very nervous for you on the field. You're scared to have the other team shoot. But with a good, confident goalkeeper, it makes you confident in front of them on the field as well, Coach.
Correct.
So here we have now Deerlake trying to mount something, trying to string together a couple of passes. Excellent defense by Swift Creek. Let's see if Swift Creek can knock it around and get some spacing and have Deerlake chase around. Good switch to the right side. Try to go down the channel there. Unlucky. Ball played directly. Here's the goalkeeper way off his line. Nice and aggressive and can calm everything down. Good goalkeeping on the Deerlake side. Now Swift Creek has it, can settle and string together a couple of passes as he picks his head up. Excellent pass. Unlucky with the first touch. And, Coach, as we look at some of the first touches on some of these players, we can see that the first touch is not as good as it should be. We know that's the most important touch in the game, is the first touch. And so probably some of these players, in the offseason could probably try to get to working on that first touch as they try to settle and build up play. Again, this is Inside Game of the Week. We're taking a break, and we'll be right back.
Swift
1-0 Swift Creek, yeah.
Fans are active on here.
And we're back. So we're at our first water break. Swift Creek is still leading 1-0. Swift Creek Wolves. The Bucks are down. And I think they can mount a comeback, Coach. It looks like the game kind of changed other than the direct play to number 11, Mr. Blake, up top. Swift Creek is trying to mount something here on the right-hand side. I think they need to utilize the switch play more, as they'll be able to catch Swift Creek,
It will be interesting to
into
see.
open space.
It will be interesting to see what kind of changes the coaches make, especially the Deerlake coach, to see if he has actually seen that what we just talked about, and then to see if he's going to make that change. Again, when everyone is shifted to one side, there has to be an outlet player. And that's something that the coach needs to say, okay, you're my winger. If the ball is over here, I need you to be that outlet so that
Correct.
we can look to attack from you instead of going direct back where the ball just came from.
Excellent point, Coach. All right, so we're back from the water break. Swift Creek is leading Deerlake 1-0. Looks like we have a throw-in on this side of the field for Deerlake into the attacking third. And we'll do another throw-in as that ball was cleared by Swift Creek.
And actually, something I'm also noticing, Coach, a lot of these players, they actually have more time than they think. So instead of going for that one-time clearance ball, they can actually take one or two touches.
Like perfect example right there.
And look to pass the ball and then, move as a team.
And you find that comes with experience and time, Coach? You think these are just young players and their minds are not yet mature enough to understand that they do have time and space and can play like that?
I think it's both, because one, you know that you have, these kids, they know that they have the technical abilities, So, again, their coaches and their teammates have to keep talking to them time. If they don't communicate,
Right.
then, they rush everything.
Exactly. And that comes with training, too, as well, Coach. The training environment, having them, time and time as they do their exercises, going over, hey, play the possession game. You have time, pick your head up, play with your head up, stuff like that, so you can see the actual passes. Good idea there. Just the pass was a little bit too long, and the goalkeeper was aggressive off his line to cut that off. So, again, some of the players we can see, Coach, they're trying to settle the ball and connect the passes. And some of them, so it's a mixed bag. Some of them are just playing direct. So with time, I think most of these players will grow into that type of player where they can settle the ball, make the right pass, and then at times you need to go direct. But a lot of times they have time to possess the ball and play more simple passes and build up the attack. than go direct. And then sometimes you have to go direct when you're in trouble, especially out the back.
Yes, definitely. I do understand, and I agree with you. And hopefully,
Good idea there. Again, trying to string together a couple of passes, just not connecting. Good battle going on there. So, again, right there, he had time to possess. And I think that's going to be the difference, Coach. The team that settles the ball down and can string together the passes will probably be the team to come out ahead because they're thinking clearly and can build the ball up better, as opposed to the team that's just kicking the ball forward without a plan. Foul there on Swift Creek, a little push in the back. So an excellent game so far, Coach.
yes, so far it's been an enjoyable game. Again, we're still waiting to see what Deerlake is gonna, what Deerlake has in their bag. And as you stated, the team that possesses the ball and the team that actually keeps possession, that's a team that's probably going to come out on top tonight.
Excellent point, Coach. So good battle going on in the midfield there. Looks like Deerlake is trying to string together a couple of passes. Miscommunication there in the middle. Good switch out to the right. And we have a throw-in for Swift Creek.
And again, for Deerlake, it looks as though everything is being forced down the right-hand side. For some reason, they're not opening up that left wing. They're not going that way. Again, we'll see,
Oh, mistake there by the goalkeeper. Ball bounced over his head on just a direct play. So
that'll be
uncharacteristic mistake there by the goalkeepers. Both keepers were excellent so far, Coach. Just a little mistake there. Maybe it's the turf, not reading the turf correctly.
Just a misjudgment of the ball. If you can't get to the ball before it bounces, then as a goalkeeper, you could use your hand, step back, let the ball bounce. You have no one around you, and you pick it up.
So big corner kick here coming for Deerlake. Maybe they can equalize off the corner kick. Corner kick comes in. Good defense by Swift Creek to clear it first time.
And that'll be a throw-in for Deerlake.
All right, so it looks like defensive clearance there by Swift Creek. Looks like we're going to have a shot. And good header clearance again by Swift Creek. So we had a handball call here from the referee. Free kick. And this is Inside Game of the Week. And we're taking a quick break. We'll be right back.
And we are back.
All right, so it looks like it sets up a nice opportunity for a direct shot or maybe a chip to the back post. Direct shot, goalkeeper saves, spilled it, and it's a shot, and another shot comes in. Good defense there by Swift Creek to block both shots, and the ball is not out yet, still in the attacking third. Now it's moved up to the midfield, and we're going to play it down to the channel. No, switch inside, trying to connect some passes. Good defense by Deerlake. Deerlake picks it up, plays it out wide. Unfortunately, ran outside for a throw-in. So good attack there by Deerlake. Just couldn't get the ball in the back of the net. Good defense, or better defense, I should say, by Swift Creek. Here comes the attack now, Mr. Blake. Excellent pass. And good read again by the goalkeeper, aggressive off his line. So, Coach, a lot of back and forth here, it seems like. Good move there in the middle.
Now as a coach, after that good move, you look to him to release that ball. But unfortunately, still a young kid,
still learning,
still a young lad. So he held onto the ball a little bit too long, and then his team was unfortunate enough to lose the ball.
And this is Inside Game of the Week. We're taking a break, and we'll be right back.
And we are back with a throw-in for Deerlake.
So again, Coach, we can look on the left side of the field, and there's no switching of the play on the Deerlake side.
Yeah, correct. Definitely, there has to be something to be said there. Now, coach, as a coach, when you see that, and you the coach of a of
Deerlake.
no, the coach of Swift Creek. What do you tell your players? What adjustment do you make to attack that open space?
Well, we obviously have to switch the field coach. As a coaching point, when I see this, maybe during a water break or a halftime, we'll make the adjustment to exploit that space because the switch is on. They're just not exploiting it.
Okay, and that is if you are the Swift Creek coach, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
All right, here's a break here now by Deerlake. Can they get a shot off? Dribble into the box. Big switch. Goalkeeper's in the right position. Goalkeeping is all about that angle, right, Coach? Being at the right place at the right time makes your life as a goalkeeper very easy.
Yes, definitely. You're correct on that, Coach.
So, Coach, again, I think this will be a battle. This will be a 1-point victory, maybe a 1-goal victory, maybe a 1-0 or 2-1 game. Looks like a close match between these two teams. Swift Creek coming in with an 8-0 record. Deerlake with an 8-1. So both teams are evenly matched so far, except the difference maker there, Mr. Blake, with his goal.
Yes, and to say something off of that, after that goal, they haven't. Swift Creek have actually been a little bit quiet after that first goal, and Deerlake have been more on the offensive side.
That's an excellent point, Coach. But they still have that goal, and that's what counts.
Yes, correct.
So it looks like Swift Creek here is in the attacking third, trying to build yet another attack and another throw-in for Swift Creek.
And that'll be a throw-in for Deerlake.
So goal kick there by Deerlake. Good defense. Now they've got to string together a couple of passes again. Looks like they can't play two passes together. This is Inside Game of the Week. We're taking a break, and we'll be right back.
And we're back. Looks as though we have about 3 minutes left on the game, but obviously the referee is the official timekeeper before halftime.
And any surprise, Coach, that we're still at 1-0 with 3 minutes left to play? Any surprises there that we're still at 1-0? Or that is to be expected between these two teams, evenly matched?
Yes, I think it should be expected, but I have seen some chances, some chances that either of the teams haven't taken, or they've been too direct, or maybe just have not looked for that extra pass, especially in the when you look at Deerlake, they have not looked for that extra pass as far as switching the field so that they can attack their left side. But again, maybe that might be their weak side. That might be something that the coach is setting up for second half. We will not know until second half.
Excellent opportunity there on a free kick. Opportunity missed there, squandered by Swift Creek. Good cross. No one was there to connect with it as the ball went out of bounds on the far side for a goal kick now for Deerlake. Good control, good first touch there by the Deerlake player. Can he find some help? Drops it back. Okay, good passing here by Deerlake. Good build-up. Excellent. And ball just went out of bounds. But that was better from Deerlake. Build up, hold on to the ball, and keep possession. Just unlucky there with the touch. Ball went out of bounds for a Swift Creek throw-in. And ball went out of bounds there. Swift Creek player tried to dribble around two players from Deerlake. Ball was kicked out of bounds. Goal kick again. You see on the goal kick, Coach, they're reading the goalkeeper, whatever side it is. They're overloading that side and just anticipating the ball to be kicked to that side of the field. Any adjustments that he can make there, Coach, on the goal kick or no?
Yes, definitely. On the goal kick, you could see that Swift Creek is dropping back, giving them about 20, 30 yards. So he has players in the back that have, proven that they're capable of controlling the ball. So why not play out of the back? Even on his punt, when he catches the ball, I do see the players spread out. He still opts for the punt. But again, they're young. Maybe they have not been taught that. That is something that the coaches need to look at to say, okay, in order for us to keep position, when you catch that ball, look for a quick release on the ground so that we can keep position.
Build it out from the back.
Exactly.
And that would be the natural progression for these players at the next level, is to learn that tactic of play and that way of playing. And obviously, to counter that, if the team presses and cuts that off, then they have to go direct and play the ball with a kick, maybe to the midfield or out to the sides, out wide. So good point there, Coach. Maybe the natural progression, maybe the next step for these players is to start working on that at the next level and building out of the back and playing that type of soccer.
Correct.
So again, excellent positioning here by the goalkeeper as his team is pressed to the midfield. You can see the goalkeeper is progressing out of his goal and moving forward, which is excellent. This is Inside Game of the Week. We're taking a quick break, and we'll be right back. You're crazy self. She's crazy.
Insight's High School Game of the Week. We're here with a halftime. Boy, we've been entertained by those of you on YouTube. Boy, you putting some comments on there. Boy, I keep trying to tell them they're live all the time, but, this is their first time doing the broadcast. And they whispering and talking. And
You have to bear with us.
Yes. Well, as long as you don't say the wrong thing, that's all right there. No, I only want to interview you halftime. Let me get your quiet student here.
Come on, man.
Coach John Paul II. How long have you been there?
I've been the head coach for 3 years, but I've been there for 5 years. I was the assistant coach there for 2 years, and then the head coach left and handed me the job, and I've been the man in charge for 3 years now.
How's your program coming along?
We have come a long way. Yes, we have come a long way. Last year, actually, in the 5 years that I've been there, we have been the furthest that we have ever been as a school program. We have been to the regional semifinal twice in the 5 years that I've been there, and that is the furthest that the school has gone. And definitely the boys and the parents and the school, the community is looking to go for that this year. So I'm proud of the work that the boys put in during the summer, and it's paying off. And as I said, right now we are 6-2, and we're looking forward to a better second half of the season when we come back in January.
John Paul runs what grades? What to what?
9 to 12.
9 through 12.
Yes, 9 to
so
12.
You have to be a ninth grader to come to John Paul.
Yes, and we are actually a Catholic high school and very small population. So there's actually a lot of you can get one-on-one time with the teachers. Every kid knows every teacher, and every coach knows every kid. So you have a lot of kids playing multiple sports, and But the thing is, even the coaches work together as well.
It seems as if, first, who's your athletic director? Because it seems like your athletic program continues to grow by leaps and bounds, and that's under the leadership of who?
Of Patricia Young. She just. Patricia Young is our new athletic director. She just took over the athletic director job this year. Yeah,
we have a growing number of female athletic directors in the county. One at Ricketts with Claudette Farmer, and we have Jackie Burkett at Godby. So, we have a lot of young ladies now who are actually leading the athletic departments in the area and seem to be doing a real good job.
Yeah, she has actually done a really good job since taking over. She's also our volleyball coach. So she's been around the school for a long time. She also went to JP2. So she's been around the school for a long time, and she knows the ins and out of the school and what it takes to actually succeed as a coach and a student at JP2.
Okay, tell us about the track program that you run.
We are Coach Chris.
Not track, I'm sorry, soccer
Yeah,
program.
no problem. Coach Chris Holland and I, we are co-owners of North Florida Madrid Soccer Club here in town. We are in our third year right now, and we have great set of kids, wonderful set of parents, and actually the parents are what drives us. Because when you have committed parents, you do whatever you have to do for those kids to make sure that they're getting the quality training that they need. And that is why Coach Chris and I are in this. We do this for the kids. We do this for the families. And, it is paying off. I've been fortunate enough, and so have Coach Chris been fortunate enough to, we've been fortunate enough that we have connections in college. We've been able to send players, to go play, but, again, it comes with when these kids are younger and, their parents knowing exactly what it takes as far as sacrifices. And when they bring them to us, then as long as they're committed, then we'll meet them with our commitment. But, as Coach Chris always tell me, as a coach, you cannot have more ambition than the player that you're trying to push. If you do that, then you're gonna end up in not so a good place. So the player has to have the ambition. Then you, the coach, match that ambition, and then push them past that ambition, and then that's the only way the player is gonna grow.
As a parent, what would you tell a parent that they need, or what would they look for that might tell them their child might be inclined to play soccer at a young age? A lot of time kids play a lot of different sports. Having been a former collegiate coach and AAU coach and parent of athletes, you kind of let them play a lot of sports early, and then at a certain age you kind of start letting them narrow their focus down a little bit. But what do you see, or what should a parent see to make them say, that he might be all right in soccer?
Just soccer has to do with a lot of coordinations. Eye to foot coordination. If just like basketball, a lot of hand to eye coordination. Football, has hand to eye coordination. When it comes to soccer, it's eye to foot coordination. When you see that as a parent, and again, you have to let them try all these sports. But as the kids, as parents, you cannot basically tell them, I want you to play this and play this. You have to let them explore it. And kids have a way of gravitating towards what they want to do. It's just the stubborn ones are the parents. We are the stubborn ones in the sense that we want to live our life through the kids, and then we push them away from this sport and then take them to that sport. But if you actually let them express themselves, they have a ways of gravitating to what it is that they really want. And when it comes to sport, and then as a parent, all you can really do is support them to the fullest.
Well, one thing I've noticed is that soccer seems to be a common thread for a lot of other sports. There are a number of athletes that have been very successful in some other sports that started in soccer and give a lot of credit to their beginning participation in sports in their soccer development and love for soccer with their eye-hand coordination, their footwork, and that just being fundamental in some other sports as well. So that would be a sport that you would encourage parents to allow their children to explore?
Most definitely, I will encourage parents. If the game of soccer is easy. If you don't know anything about it, just get a soccer ball and leave it. Give it to your kid, and they'll play by themselves. They get used to it. Then now, when they go to school during recess, they see their friends playing it. Then they start asking questions, and they start inquiring, and then that is how they get into it.
What do you think has happened that helped push soccer to a explosion here in the United States? Because 20 years ago, it was way in the back burner, but it's come to the forefront a lot, and we see a lot more soccer involvement in Leon County.
Yes, it has come to the forefront, but definitely we still have a long way to go. And I think where the breakthrough is going to be when, like me growing up in Nigeria, I grew up when instead of my parents giving me a basketball, a football, or a baseball, I was given a soccer ball. So compared to here, when you grow up, the first, they give you basketball or football. So until we can, do that, duplicate that for soccer, then, we are always going to be, on the second, we're always going to be in second tier compared to other countries. So until our kids, when they grow up, we give them soccer ball and they start doing, 80% of the kids, 90% of the kids, talking about soccer, watching soccer, then we're always going to be second tier to other countries.
And what is soccer like in terms of fan support in Nigeria?
Oh, man, it's second to none. It's a way of life.
Okay.
Like Coach Chris said, you grow up playing soccer, you have shoes, you play soccer. You don't have shoes, you play soccer. You don't care where you play, grass, street. You kick off your
now Coach walk in and want to contribute.
I know, right?
And before, as soon as we handed him out, he ran out the door.
I know, right?
Yeah, right. Now you come back. All right, this is the INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We're glad that you were able to be with us and be able to get some more insight into the coaches that we've asked to be able to come on and do this because the second half has started.
All right, and we're back. Looks like the second half, and it looks like in possession now is Deerlake trying to build up play. Ball just went out of bounds. Looks like it's a Deerlake throw. Still 1-0. Game just started on halftime, so we have 29 minutes to go. Look like we had a foul throw, lifting of the foot by the Deerlake player, and we're going to go back to Swift Creek throw-in.
Yes, Coach. So coming back in second half, what are you expecting to see from the Deerlake soccer team?
Well, the obvious was that switch play that we were talking about, balancing the field, balancing the attack, switching the ball to the other side of the field. I expect to see that adjustment. So that's the biggest thing that I'm looking for. And to also, on the Swift Creek side is to utilize the build-up play more because it looks like they were trying more so than Deerlake to build it up. Utilize the build-up play, keep possession a little bit more than just going direct. I expect both teams actually to make that adjustment of trying to possess the ball more. So we'll see if the coaches gave them instructions to try to possess it or just go route one soccer direct.
And we have a throw-in for Swift Creek.
So, Coach, as we look at the formations, here goes Mr. Blake on his favorite left foot, big shot. Good positioning by the goalkeeper. As we look at the formations each team is playing, can you clearly, distinctly say what formations you see that they're playing? Or is it basically, they're just running around, there are three people in the back, you play in the middle, and however it comes out, it comes out?
No, it does look as though Deerlake is actually playing. They might be playing 4-3-3, if I'm not mistaken, because I am seeing
four in the back here.
Yep. And that'll be a throw-in for Swift Creek. And it looks as though we came back in the second half, and Swift Creek is back on the pedal again. They are pressing, and we'll see what comes out of this throw-in.
Good defensive clearance there by Deerlake. Again, here's Mr. Blake. It's on his right foot, which is not his favorite foot. Good idea to pass. Looks like Swift Creek has it. Can they get a shot off? Got a shot off. That's an easy one for the goalkeeper. So again, Coach, I think this game is going to be decided by one goal, by the evenness and the match of these two teams. They're evenly matched, so I don't think one team is going to dominate the other. No. I think we're going to end up with either a 1-0 or a 2-1 goal situation.
Definitely, in concurrence with that, there will be no dominance on this game tonight. It will be a close game.
Deerlake here with the throw-in. Good first touch. Way to build it up. Big cross to the middle. First time clearance there by Swift Creek. And someone needs to just settle the ball now and see if we can get it. High kick called there by the referee.
I don't know, Coach. I don't know if that was a high kick.
Again, that was one of those borderline ones. Could have went either way, but referee, he sets the law. So called a high kick. Free kick here coming up for Swift Creek. Again, direct play, which is not seeming to work out for either team. I'd like to see either team settle the ball down, Coach, and see if we can get some attractive soccer going. Again, a foul throw. Deerlake's throwing. And the fans are getting kind of rowdy down there, thinking that the referee's making phantom calls for the other side. Good move there by Mr. Blake. Again, take off. Again, that is the attacking force that I've seen so far for Swift Creek, and the only one. For Deerlake, they have an attacker on the right-hand side, and they're dominantly playing on that side. They need to switch the ball again. No switching of the play from either teams, and they're just going direct.
And I actually do think that Swift Creek has enough technical players not to play
direct,
and actually have Blake drop a little bit and probably play with his speed and with his technique. They could have him play a false 10.
Right.
You know, and
correct. And this is Inside Game of the Week. We're taking a quick break, and we'll be right back.
And we are back. And we have a throw-in for Deerlake, for Swift Creek, I mean.
So again, Coach, it looks like both teams are wearing out one side of the field and not switching the play. As you can look at the position of the players right now, it's as if they're playing with half of the field. If you draw a line straight down the middle, they're playing on one half of the field only. And there's no switching of the play. In such a big field, it would be to their benefit to switch the play to one side to the other. Again, maybe young, inexperienced players don't fully understand that concept at this point in their soccer career.
But as a coach, though, you have practices, and this is when you tell your players, when we have the ball, we have to be open. We have to spread the field. We have to use the whole width of the field when we have the ball. Then obviously everyone knows when we don't have it, we all come in because we have to defend.
Good point, Coach. Big shot there by Mr. Blake, but it was comfortable for the goalkeeper in the end. Good first touch there, trying to make a first-time pass. Here's Mr. Blake with his head down. He's got to get his head up so he can connect. Takes off on a big run. It's on his favorite left foot. Looks like he's going to run out of real estate, and just ran out of real estate there, dribble over the end line for a goal kick.
Coach, I could have told you when Mr. Blake picked up the ball, he wasn't looking to pass. He had one thing and one thing only on his mind, and that was he was going to go.
I was afraid you were going to say that because his head was down and he was off to the races. No pass in sight. But again, with time and experience, it looks like he's an excellent talent. With time and experience, I think he can be taught, how to use his teammates more and make the game easier for himself as well.
Correct. And again, that's why I said I would definitely love to see him play the number 10 role, and because with his speed and with his touch, he can actually pick that ball, decide when to go or when to just pass it and then go get it back. And instead of
now they need to switch the field here. Continue to switch it. One more switch, and now they're off. Good defense there by I can't tell if that's number 14 or number 15 on Swift Creek. Big, strong young man. Good defense. Way to recover.
All right, so that was a really good play by Deerlake, but they were missing one thing and one thing only. When that midfielder picked up the ball, that player on the right side was behind him. Sure. That player never opened up the field.
Never opened up the field.
And as a coach, that is when if you have to scream, that is when you get your players' attention. This is where you need to be.
Excellent point. Big shot there by Deerlake, blocked by Swift Creek. You can see Swift Creek here in the 21st minute. And this is Inside Game of the Week. We're taking a break, and we'll be right back.
And we're back.
And so you can see here the pressure is mounting from Swift Creek onto Deerlake. Looked like a handball there that the referee didn't see. He called a corner kick instead. You could hear the fans yelling handball. But again, the referee makes the calls. He just missed that one. They're humans too, so they're going to miss a couple. Big corner kick coming up here for Deerlake. Let's see if they can equalize. Ball is in the air. It's off the head. And is it going out of bounds? Good tackle, good defense. Can he get the cross back in? Good cross in from Deerlake. Can't settle it. and the Swift Creek player is just going to shield that one, let it go out of bounds. Smart play. It's a Swift Creek throw-in. So, again, another wasted opportunity there, Coach, from the Deerlake players. Got good opportunities, good crosses in, and nobody's attacking that ball. So now they're trying to build it up. Excellent play. That's what we talked about, Coach. Good pass there. He was kept onside by the big number 19, it looks like, in the back by Swift Creek. But good ideas. They try to build up the play there, Coach. I think that's how they're going to equalize in this game, by the build-up play and not by the direct play.
Correct, and I totally do agree with you on that point. Deerlake, they definitely they do also have the quality. They just have, they just need the movement, and then they'll be able to open up a Swift Creek. At least that is my thinking.
And that's I agree with you there, Coach. They have to. Here goes Mr. Blake, the fast Mr. Blake, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and it's off the post. And that was such a close chance. I commend the goalkeeper for coming off of his line and making the angle tight and difficult for Mr. Blake, but yet still he should have buried that one in the back of the net, Coach.
Yes, definitely he should have buried that. But I commend the goalkeeper for coming out, but I also blame the goalkeeper because he hesitated. He came out he came out and then he stopped. So as a coach, you always want to tell your goalkeeper I don't care if it's the wrong decision, but when you make that decision to come out all the way. Don't stop in between.
That's an excellent point.
Don't
Coach.
stop in between.
Got to go all the way. Got to commit to the decision. And so a missed opportunity there. Let's see if that one comes back to haunt them as, in this game. Sometimes missed opportunities. You look back at the end of the game, you lost 2-1, and you said only if you would have scored that goal, it would have been 2-0. So let's see what Deerlake does here in trying to come back and press. Good switching of the field. Now they're switching the field, Coach. So I think they heard you. Good ball there. And now Deerlake is on the attack, and Swift Creek is on the defense, on their heels. Good play there. So now we're 18 minutes left in the game here, Coach, unofficially. Still 1-0. Could have been 2-0 down at the other end. Good save there by the goalkeeper from Swift Creek. Big kick. So Deerlake is mounting the pressure here, Coach. But they still have to contend with Mr. number 11, Mr. Blake here. Here he goes on a long run. Is he going to run out of real estate again? Good defense, way to stay with him there. The defender from Deerlake never lost stride and stayed with him step for step.
And it looks as though we have all the big defenders from Swift Creek pushing forward for this corner kick.
Ball comes in. Can they get a shot off? Oh, excellent save there by the goalkeeper from Deerlake. He's keeping them in this game, or has kept them in this game. Swift Creek is trying to press for that second goal to put this game away. Coach, one more goal, I think, by Swift Creek, and this game is over.
Yes, I do agree. And then here we come. We do have an attack by Swift Deerlake that just...
This is Inside Game of the Week. We're taking a quick break, and we'll be right back.
And we're back. Nice save by the goalkeeper from Swift Creek. And here's Swift Creek mounting an attack right now. The ball goes again to the middle, and here's a true pass to Mr. Blake, but the ball was stopped. And another pass again. Let's see what comes up. And we will have a corner kick. It looks as though we have a player from Deerlake down.
So excellent game, Coach. It looks like end-to-end action, attacking on both sides. So this is an excellent game. And we have a player that's hurt. The referee is attending to him now. And maybe we'll get the coach's attention to attend to the injured player. This is Inside Game of the Week. We're taking a quick break, and we'll be right back.
And we're back. Coach, I definitely do think that this game has settled down a lot, and we are seeing more passes from the players instead of the clearance as soon as the ball comes to them. So we'll see how it turns out. And right now we have a corner kick by Mr. Blake from Swift Creek.
All right, so the substitution is made here for Deerlake. Looks like defender is on. Corner kick comes up. Oh, excellent header just saved there. Good defense by Deerlake. And Swift Creek is pressing. Can they clear it? And Deerlake is trying to clear the ball here. And Swift Creek is trying to put him under. And Deerlake has finally cleared the ball, dribbling on the right side of the field. Excellent defense by Swift Creek. He picks his head up, makes a nice pass there onto the left flank. And he dribbles inside. Can he make another pass? Good defense again. Way to read that pass there by the Deerlake defender.
It looks like Deerlake is definitely trying to go more direct now to see what comes out in the second half.
I think they're getting desperate, Coach, as the clock winds down here, trying to go more direct. But I think if they just remain patient and build the ball up, they'll get a clear chance at goal.
Definitely, I do. I was actually going to ask you that question just because you're down a goal. You fighting against the clock. That doesn't mean you panic and change the way you play.
That's right, Coach. At that moment in time, you have to concentrate, focus, and just play your game. Play the build-up, 1-2 passes, pick them apart, and just be patient in your attack. Sending the ball direct forward is only going to have the ball come directly back at you. So we need to keep possession, and that's one thing we need to stress as we teach these kids and grow in soccer, in Tallahassee and in America, period, is the possession game has a point. There's a point to it. The whole point is not to maintain possession, but to make sure that we can get clear opportunities. Good shot there by Mr. Blake. And Mr. Blake there finishes this game, in my opinion, has now gone 2-0 for the Wolves of Swift Creek. And the Deerlake Bucks are now down 2-0. They have to mount a comeback here, Coach, and they have to do it in that fashion. It is not time to panic yet. As we all know in soccer, 2-0 is the worst lead to have.
Correct. Deerlake need to stick to their game plan, which is pass and move, and open up Swift Creek instead of the frantic clearance that I'm seeing them doing now.
So just need to settle on the ball here, Deerlake, and build the play up. They have the talent to do so, and just put a little bit more pressure. Yeah, every challenge needs to be going in for the ball. Every time a Swift Creek player gets close to the ball, the Deerlake player needs to challenge for that ball. Don't give him any time and space on the ball. Good first touch there. Unlucky there. So again, Deerlake just needs to calm down and stop playing frantic. Looks like we're heading to our water break. Last one for the game. This is Inside Game of the Week. We're taking a quick break, and we'll be right back.
And we're back. Again, the score is 2-0 Swift Creek.
So again, Mr. Blake has lived up to the hype. He is the man of the game so far. 2 goals in the back of the net on his favorite left foot. And so as it goes, Coach, I think this one you can stick a fork in it. I think they're done. These teams are evenly matched. I think even if Deerlake mounts a comeback and get that one goal to change the momentum, I think
it's going to be too late.
It's too much too late, and in my opinion, with 14 minutes left unofficially on the clock, with the time being officially kept with the referees, obviously, I think this one is just about over. I'm not, putting anything past the Deerlake kids. They could probably mount a comeback, but they're running out of time. They need to settle down and do so now, Coach.
Yes, I totally agree with you as well, Coach. We'll see. 14 minutes, that's a lot of time. But again, we'll see what kind of pressure they come out with for this last 14 minutes, Coach.
All right, looks like both teams are coming back on the field after a water break, and we're about to start the game. So again, both teams evenly matched, Coach. 14 minutes left, 2-0 down. Deerlake needs to calm down as their strategy, play more passes together, pick the Swift Creek players apart, get an opportunity to climb back their way into this game. And the recipe for Swift Creek, I would say, just continue to do more of the same.
Correct. Right now they're playing direct through Mr. Blake. If it's not broke, don't fix it, right?
Absolutely. And he's a special player, and he's a game changer at this level. So, it's good that the Swift Creek players have him on their team. It's an excellent player to have. Always a game changer is nice to have on any team. Someone who can take the game over and just absolutely change it. So again, they're trying to string passes together in Deerlake, which is what they need to do. Excellent build up there, good passing. Unfortunate they're on that final pass into the attacking third. They just need to settle down and play. Here goes Mr. Blake again on a long run using his speed. Mr. Blake has beat everyone. Is he going to bury it in the back of the net? And he dribbles wide. He has to cut back. It's on his right foot, which is not his stronger foot. And excellent try there. He had to cut back to his right foot. One-on-one there, coach. Should have buried that one again.
Yes, he should have, but the composure not to to actually come back with the ball, and then and just to see him have that composure at this young age is a great thing, coach.
Absolutely, coach. He has a bright future. Good player there, Mr. Blake, number 11 on the Swift Creek side with 2 goals today. All right, looks like we have a free kick here for Deerlake. Ball is played up into the attacking third here. Oh, here comes the Deerlake player putting pressure. Good idea there. Safety first from the Swift Creek player to kick it anywhere.
Yes,
and get it out.
Yes, when in doubt,
clear it out.
Safety.
That's it. Smart play there by the Swift Creek player under pressure from Deerlake. So we have 12 minutes to go, coach. Deerlake is trying to mount that comeback. Again, they just need to settle down and play. Big shot here. Is going to drop in the goal. If this was the American football, that would have been 3 points, coach. But just a little bit too high for the game of soccer. And good effort, though, from the Deerlake player from about, what, coach, 35 yards out?
Yeah,
very ambitious.
Yeah, about 35 yards out. I definitely do think that he could have taken a touch and kept the ball. But, we'll never know what would have amounted to it. So right now we have a goal kick by Swift Creek.
And they're in no rush, it seems like, to take this kick, coach. Smart play?
Why, coach? Would you be in a rush?
No, I would definitely eat up all the clock.
All right, I'm learning from the best.
You're learning. I don't know what's from the best. All right, so Swift Creek throw in. Actually, my bad. Deerlake, and now Deerlake has an open player. Can he string together again? Long passes, coach. That's just a sign of panicking. They could have strung together a couple more passes to get a little bit closer there.
Yes, that is just too ambitious for me. And as a coach, you need to tell your players they need to calm down. When they get in those positions, possess it. And see what comes out of it.
And unlock the defense there in the attacking third. Yeah, he was taking that from about 30 yards out. So I just think that's inexperience and youth. He's just panicking, time running out. This is Inside Game of the Week. We're taking a quick break, and we'll be right back.
And we are back. We have about 11 minutes left in the game, and 2-0 Swift Creek.
So again, coach, in my humble opinion, I think that the mountain is too big at this point for Deerlake to come back from. But I've seen it done before. They're just running out of time. They need to put something together quickly here. String together a couple of passes there, trying to bury the game and put it out of reach. But good defense there by Deerlake as he takes off on the dribble. Cuts it back to the inside. Excellent play. Picks his head up, finds a pass. Can we find another pass here? Good defense there by the Swift Creek big defender there in the middle. And the referee saw something there and called a foul, and it's now Swift Creek's ball. So we're running out of time, coach. We have 10 minutes to play. Again, Swift Creek 2, Deerlake 0. Deerlake needs to mount something and try to come back into this game. One goal can change the momentum of this game, coach.
Yes, definitely, especially at this late in the game. One goal is a game changer.
Here's the goalkeeper, quick off of his line. Good job by the defender to shield the attacking player there. So at this point, Coach, Swift Creek is just defending for dear life and kicking it anywhere and out, which is smart at this time, eat up the clock. And Deerlake needs to get possession of it and string together a couple of passes instead of dribbling. So right now, they're panicking. Here goes Mr. Blake again. 1 versus 4. He's beat 1. Excellent pass there by Mr. Blake. Can he get an assist? And just missed. Good passing there by Mr. Blake. Should have finished that one off. That would have put the game out of reach, but just wide there by the Swift Creek player. So again, Coach, you see utilization of the passing, how easy that created a chance. That's what Deerlake needs to do on the opposite end.
Definitely, and you could see, the Deerlake players know Mr. Blake is special, so they have a couple of players around him, and he's starting to realize that now, so he doesn't have to
try to dribble through
exactly.
everyone.
He doesn't have to be that player. He could use his passes, because when they bring those 2-3 players towards him, he has that opening, and he has used that opening twice now. It's just unfortunate that his teammates haven't come up, big for him as he's come up big for them tonight.
And you look at Deerlake's shape here, Coach. They're picking up the ball and trying to play direct, but if you look, it's just like the previous game. The Swift Creek players are back there by themselves with no one at the point of attack to receive the ball.
Correct.
To try to stretch the defense. So playing the ball direct from the Deerlake end is pointless at this point in time because it's coming right back.
And we have a throw-in by Deerlake.
And we have a foul throw, and ball is coming the other way. Swift Creek's throwing. Now about 8 minutes left to play. And again, Deerlake needs to do something here really quick. One more goal by Swift Creek, and the mountain is too big to climb. Again, you can see Swift Creek is in no rush to take the throw-ins. They're utilizing the clock and wasting as much time as possible. Excellent first touch, good build-up play there. Good turn by Deerlake. Deerlake has possession now, but 2 players on him from Swift Creek, and he was fouled.
And as a coach, that is the kind of fight you want from your players. You're up 2-0 with 7.5 minutes left in the game, and you still have your players double teaming. You have your forwards
still playing good defense.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that is the kind of fight that you want to see from every single one of your players.
That is true. Now, if you look at Deerlake's setup, they're in a stopper sweeper, and the sweeper for Swift Creek is really deep. So any ball that Deerlake plays through, that sweeper is coming through and just cleaning up. This is Inside Game of the Week. We're taking a break, and we'll be right back.
And we are back, and we have a throw-in for Swift Creek. And we have another throw-in by Swift Creek as well.
Coach, let me just compliment you on your first broadcast here. You act like a professional, Coach. You're doing great. You're doing fantastic.
Wow.
Coach, they can't see, but why are you hitting me, Coach?
Thanks,
why
Coach.
Why are you hitting me?
Thanks, Coach.
Is that broadcaster abuse?
Thanks, Coach. There's no witness in the booth. There's no.
Deerlake defend this because one more goal, Coach, and I think they might to get over. One more goal, and this one is definitely over with 5 minutes, looks like, left to play unofficially on the clock. So it's actually not a corner kick, Coach. It's where we have a free kick?
Yes, correct.
All right.
Free kick.
And so let's see. It looks like a left-footed bending in by Mr. Blake, and just over the top. Again, Mr. Blake showing his prowess there is an excellent player. This is Inside Game of the Week. We're taking a break, and we'll be right back.
And we are back. And we have a goal kick by Deerlake.
And so, Coach, a little under 5 to play. Deerlake needs to mount a comeback if they're going to do it. They're quickly running out of time. All right, and the Swift Creek players, I'm assuming, not going to be in a rush to take this throw in. Use up all the clock. Good move there by the Swift Creek player, beating 2 players. Now they're trying to switch it. Switching now, should have been doing that a lot earlier, Coach.
Yes, but actually, if you pay attention to the game in first, it's the same thing because they're still trying to do the same thing, which is use their right side as well.
Right. Good save there by the ball up. They have time and space. Good pressure by the Swift Creek defender. We have 3 minutes to play. And ball went through to the Deerlake goalkeeper, big punt. And again, right to the Swift Creek player. This could be dangerous here. And that ball trickles out of bounds for a throw-in. Good effort, though, by the Swift Creek player. This is Inside Game of the Week. We're taking a break, and we'll be right back.
And we are back with a throw-in for Deerlake.
Well, Coach, do you think they can do it with 3 minutes left, Deerlake, make a comeback at this point, or too much, too little, too late?
I think it's too much, too little, too late. I know we say never give up, but, one thing, the Deerlake players, they didn't give up tonight. They fought from the beginning to the ending. It's just, it wasn't their night, and, they got the tactics wrong tonight. And
The match and the difference maker tonight for both teams.
definitely, I will also give him that award if it was left up to me. Because, as I said again, most of these kids know each other, and yes, they know what he could do, and he came up and he showed up. Team, coach, and they know what he could do. They didn't have a game plan for him, and
Couldn't stop him tonight.
And that was the difference.
Deerlake, with about 2 minutes unofficially left to play. The game officials are keeping the official time as Deerlake tried to mount something here, and very proud of both teams. They played well tonight and entertained the fans that are here. Quite a bit of fans in the stands game tonight between Deerlake and excellent teams. I think it was the correct result for the play that we saw from both teams. They had no answer for Mr. Blake, and Mr. Blake is the difference maker in this game, which is going to get Swift Creek yet another championship, Coach.
Correct.
All right, the referee is looking at his watch there. Possibly going to blow this one off here at any point in time. Deerlake tries to mount an attack, but once again, Swift Creek is defending with everything that they have within them.
And that'll be a corner kick for Deerlake.
Maybe the final play of the game, Coach?
I do think so. But I think this is it, because I do see the referee has glanced at his watch a couple of times now.
Let's see if Deerlake can get one here for pride. Ball swings all the way through. Player kept it in bounds. Can he swing it back in? Nope. Swift Creek has cleared it. Mr. Blake is defended well there by the Deerlake player, giving them no time and space to control. Referee glances once again at his watch there on the sidelines. Maybe adding a little bit of time. But at this point, Coach, I think even if they get one, they're going to be efficiently out of time by the time the ref looks down. He's going to blow it off.
Correct.
Good pressure there by Deerlake, not giving Swift Creek any time. Here's Deerlake player on a run. Good tackle there by the Swift Creek player and clearance. And that signals the end of the game.
Yes.
Great job there by both teams. 2-0. Swift Creek winning another championship by 2 goals by Mr. Blake. Deerlake, unfortunately, has 0 and couldn't mount any attack tonight.
Definitely, Coach. As a coach, as a parent, as a lover of the game, I'm definitely proud of the sportsmanship that I've seen the kids show tonight. So they played a good game, and both teams, both programs should be proud of the quality of the players that they presented tonight.
Absolutely, and just judging on both games tonight, Coach, soccer looks like a bright future for the Tallahassee area in this region as we continue with what we do at North Florida Madrid FC, building players and grooming them. And we're proud tonight to see that our product was represented tonight on the field.
Yes, sir, definitely. I'm proud of that as well, Coach.
We'd like to thank everybody for this soccer broadcast. The first one we had 2 rookies up here, but they did a very, very good job. We're real proud of what they did, and even better, we enjoyed the commentary from those of you that were on the live stream and commenting. We've been showing those comments to them during the broadcast. I think they've learned now to try to hold down the comments that they make.
Absolutely.
When they think they're whispering.
Absolutely.
and find out later that it's actually caught for forever for everybody to hear, because this YouTube broadcast is on our site. and anyone and everyone can hear it. In
Then
addition
go
to
back
which,
and play it.
it will be on WCTV2 in about 2 weeks. This is INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We appreciate you being with us with our first ever soccer championship. And again, for all the love that you show to the middle school student athletes. We appreciate you. This is INSiiGHTS. Stand in the gap.